The voice of Jedi Johnson narrates the way, and the ever-steady Styx point shall ride away your brain. Bad to your bones, Bruce and Furnace pick up for days on days, and the great town covers global vets have bad writing to slay. We are all damage of damage. We are all damage of damage. We are all damage. The qualified, we are prepared.
Hello and welcome to another brand new episode of The Qualified. I'm your cousin Jedi, also known as Jedi Johnson 22, joined as always by the great Dom Tober, the always steady Styx Boy 73, and the architect joesduelin, and our special guest, we cannot believe we got him, the great Bill McKay is here with us. Wow. Look at us.
We are excited.
Look at us.
Look at us.
We're big time YouTubers now.
We're all grown up.
Look at us, guys.
So
welcome, Bill. Welcome, Bill. We're so happy that you're here.
We are definitely happy to have you here today.
Bill, I don't just in addition to welcome, we know it's you had a we don't ask you to go into it if you don't want to. You've had a rough couple of weeks, so we especially thank you for being here and kind of toughen it out, because hasn't been a great 2026 for you so far. So thank you. We're happy to hear that you're on the mend and gutting it out with us this evening. So thank you so much, and we look forward to
I am pretty
talking
weak.
to you.
And we've been talking for 20 minutes, and I can already feel like I am drained, but I will soldier on.
Well,
no, the conversation was awesome. It's just that I lost 24 pounds in 2 weeks, and I am just trying to get my energy back, and it is rough.
Well, we've been talking your ear off for the past 30 minutes in the green room backstage too, so that didn't help. So we won't beat around the bush. We'll get right to it. We're going to go through some covers. We're going to ask you some questions. Feel free to tell us anything that you want. And Joe's going to drive this train because Joe knows what's going on.
I would have to say my first question is always kind of what drew you into working in the comics medium as an artist. What is that where you kind of gravitated to first? Or is that something you kind of fell into later in a career?
That is all I ever wanted to do. That's what I did in school. I was a terrible student. I would draw all day.
That's what you like to hear.
Even through high school, I am a high school dropout. I don't have a GED. I wanted to draw comics. And that's all I've ever wanted to do. And I really wasn't that good, but I was pursuing it, and I kept getting shot down. And eventually my first job out of high school was working in screen printing. So I started working graphics jobs. Then eventually I just kept drawing for myself. Then in 2010, somebody introduced me to DeviantArt, which was kind of dying at the time. It was kind of the end of DeviantArt, but it was the inspiration that I could draw what I wanted to, post it online, and people could see it instantly. And when I did that, it just was inspiring. And somebody saw me on DeviantArt, and I got a job working on a book called Zombies versus Cheerleaders for Moonstone in 2010. So there it is. That was my lucky break, was just being in the right place at the right time. And I won't lie, in 2010, I was 40 years old. And I feel like, and even looking at these are pretty brutal. I'm not going to.
I love them. I love this whole series, so it makes me happy.
I'm not going to tell you that it's good, but somebody gave me a break in 2010, and just that was like, I have a comic now. Now I can do conventions. And it led me to the people that I met later, which was Jason Martin, who was the original publisher of Zombie Tramp, and then Dan Mendoza. And then working on Zombie Tramp was the big break that kind of opened me up to a larger audience.
Yeah, that's the one thing we've always kind of talked about on this show, because there's always part of the comic community that kind of like will occasionally trash either more adult books more adult themed books, things like that. And I always try to point out that's where a lot of people get their foot in the door initially. And some build an amazing career there. Some, move on to the big boys and do that mainstream stuff. But it seems to always be a really great place for people to be able to get their foot in the door.
Yeah, so with Zombies versus Cheerleaders, it was somebody told me so they didn't reach out to me. Somebody mentioned they had a contest that if you did a pinup, they would publish it. So I did a pinup, and then they got it, and they said, we want to use this for a cover. Can you do another pinup? Because I saw I've now going back to drawing the boobs and the gore. That's just what I do. That's what I've always done. That's what I wanted to do. So I was like, if I don't apply for Zombies versus Cheerleaders, how can I continue even thinking of getting a career? Yeah. It just seemed like it was perfect for me. So I followed that with gore and boobs, and my own book is gore. And it's just, that's what is fun to me. I've never applied at Marvel. I've never had a portfolio review with Marvel. I've never considered working for Marvel or DC. I do what I love to do, and that is boobs and gore, and in a fun bubblegum way, I hope.
Yeah, and I loved it.
Bill, let me tell you something. You got Jedi and Joe that drool every week when it comes to these books. And
you're making me blow through my retirement, Bill. That's what I'm saying.
But basically, you love zombies and you love.
I do. I love zombies. I love vampires. I love gore. I love all that stuff. That is the stuff I love reading.
We're all 16-year-old boys at heart.
Dawn of the Dead was a big one, but for me, I think my biggest influence is Return of the Living Dead, because it had the gore, it had the comedy, it was just it had that soundtrack. Who is your theme song? Your punk theme song?
Oh, that's the machine behind the machine, AIing it out for us because unfortunately we have no cash for actual theme songs. So I wrote the lyrics, and programmed it, but yeah, unfortunately.
So Return of the Living Dead to me is like what I want to do. The gore, and it's just fun. I'm not into The Conjuring. I'm not into psychological horror. I'm not into snuff bullshit. I like it to be sexy, gory, and fun.
Nice. The way God intended. So we got some of the other stuff. Some of the earlier, I guess, Action Lab stuff with 80s Undead, which was pretty. Had some fun covers there. I love the cover with Mr. T and OJ down there, and it's great. Got the Terminator.
That's the tough one to find. Number 2. I wish I had copies of that. So when I was working on Zombies versus Cheerleaders, I met a guy named Jason Martin, who was the publisher of Zombie Tramp. He was a writer, and he was an editor, and he knew how to get books printed, which seemed very difficult at the time, which is not difficult in any way. It seemed like he did everything that I didn't want to do, but he was also into Return of the Living Dead. I liked his sensibilities. We were into the same kind of stuff, and I reached out to him, and we started working on this book, Night of the 80s Undead, which was a 3-issue miniseries. And when Danger Zone launched, so Danger Zone or Action Lab was a kids publisher, and they decided to create a mature imprint. And when they created a mature imprint, they had a Kickstarter with 6 titles. And Zombie Tramp was one of the 6 titles, and Night of the 80s Undead was one of the 6 titles. And that, and Jason Martin was hired to run that mature imprint. And so that's kind of my connection to how I ended up working on Zombie Tramp a bit later.
Nice. And you even have a Turtles cover in there. That's always a nice little badge to have a Turtles cover.
I did 2 for that issue. I've never done another one for any other issue, but I did 2 for issue 100. The other one's a close-up of Jenica, which it's so simple that was done overnight, whereas this one took like a week. And then they reached out and they go, hey, can you do another one? We need it tomorrow. And it's like, there is no way. And then they described it to me. And I was like, yeah, maybe. And I reached out to Mustafa Musa, who's a friend, who's an inker. And he's like, yeah, if you can get it done, I can get it done. And then the colors. But then that one really outsold this one. Sometimes simplicity. I think it is, people buy things on a phone and they see it very small. And I think it's kind of more digestible when you're looking at it very small, when you see something basic and simple as opposed to something overly detailed like this one.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean. You've done a nice run of Lady Death covers. I had to throw the one in their flag there because I know Jedi loves his flag covers.
I do like Lady Death with a U.S. flag. Yeah, that's one of my.
That was
PC.
a weird one because the assignment I was given was Psycho Beach Party, and I did sketches, and one of them was Lady Death with a on the beach with a surfboard and a big bite taken out of it. And I did like those themes, and then when I turned the sketches in, it was like, hey, I don't think you They were like, I don't think you understand what I'm talking about, fireworks and American flags, and I was like, well, that was, and I didn't correct them. I didn't say, hey, well, you said Psycho Beach Party. I just did a couple sketches with American flags. And so that was a very odd one. And you know what, Lady Death, I don't know how many I've done now, but maybe 10, but I think maybe 1 or 2 weren't holiday themed. So like, if you look at that's Christmas and 4th of July. That other one is kind of odd because it's an homage to a Sam Hain cover, which is Danzig's band Between the Misfits and Solo.
Does that happen?
What's that?
I was going to say, does that happen a lot that you get really kind of vague or misleading direction from the?
No, that was the only time that it was completely like odd. And I'm sure if I said, well, wait a second, what was like? I just was like, you know what? Let me just do something else. So the one there that I'm most proud of is the one on the far left where she's giving the finger, because that one was called just FTW, I think, which stood for F the world. And that was pretty wide open on that one. But the holiday one, I also did a St. Patrick's Day. I did see the St. Patty's Day one. Unfortunately, the only cover I could grab of that was the naughty version. So I was like, oh, and I hate blacking out stuff. We do so many of these when we do spotlights, and then having to manually edit out the naughty covers for a lot of covers. I just get lazy after a while. But I did love that one. It was the last ones I did a 3-cover Halloween set for not last Halloween, but the previous Halloween, which are Hell Witch, a Lady Death, and a Lady Satanus, and I was really proud of those 3. And I hope they sold that
Lady Satanus. That all those covers in that Lady Satanus issue were fantastic. There's Perillo in there. It was gorgeous too. And again, some zombie tramp adjacent stuff. You've done a handful of Ant Blades, Dollface, and Danger Doll Squad as well. Just kind of, I guess, being able to work in that universe.
Yeah,
this was out a little bit.
This was the stuff that early Action Lab stuff. Vamp Blade was Jason Martin's book. Dollface was created by Dan and the CEO of Action Lab. And then they tried to bring them all together, which kind of didn't really work too well. But that was like the Danger Doll universe, which Dan would tell you it's the Zombie Tramp universe, not the Danger Doll universe. There was, and I agree with them. And they kind of tried to shoehorn the characters into the Zombie Tramp world, and it just kind of this was a very fun time for me, a very fun era. I did a lot of those covers, but they're not the ones that stick with me the most.
Kind of like Dynamite when they try to cram Red Sonja and Vampirella and all the other characters from Dynamite into a single book.
Well, those are kind of iconic characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't always go together.
Yeah.
You've done Black Betty as well. I love that series.
Yeah, Black Betty was created by Sean Gabarin, who was the editor-in-chief at Action Lab, who's still a friend, and he is bringing Black Betty back, and I have a completed cover that I'm pretty proud of that will be on a Black Betty Kickstarter coming up sometime this year, I believe. Yeah,
you've done some work with Mirka on Unnatural. I know
7 covers for Mirka. I did 6 Unnatural covers, and I did 1 Unsacred cover. Yeah, those were awesome.
They're all fantastic. She's great.
That was an opportunity. That was Vince Hernandez came to Dan and I, and it was the original Unnatural 12-issue set, and but Dan and I had known Mirka for a couple of years previous, and we each had copies of Unnatural in a foreign language hardcovers, so we had known the book ahead of time. But Vince Hernandez was the guy who brought that together. Vince at Aspen.
Yeah, and of course a White Widow cover in there, and you got to do one of the Stray Dogs covers, which is also great. Being a fan of horror and how many horror homages they did with their covers and stuff like that, that was great to be able to see one
Yeah.
of those in there as well.
Tony Felice is, I don't know why. There are very few people that I don't know in comics that would just come up to me and be very supportive when I was doing Kim. And when Kim came out, he messaged me and said, awesome, do it again. And he's been so supportive. And so this was a retailer cover, and I think Tony recommended me, and it was a lot of fun. It's very different than my other covers, but I work with a colorist that I know what he can do. And I knew, like, my work on this was pretty simplistic. It was just that black splatter and drawing those dogs, and but all the texture and the wallpaper and the wood, that's all the colorist Sanju Navangune, who I work with for over 15 years now.
Yeah, it's a great cover. And Tony's friend of the channel. He's been on a bunch. He's definitely a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Of course, we get a little Dynamite universe as well. You've done some Vampy and Red Sonja, a little Bad Kitty as well. Jedi's a sucker for Vampy, so we.
You know what I love about that? Actually, I have a copy of that signed by Bill. I got this. I think Bill was on a Whatnot show with Big Dex. I think it was Big Dex. What I love about this cover the most.
Yeah, Big Dex.
Yeah, Big Dex. What I love about this right there. Big Dex is fun. I'll sit there Big Dex's entire stream and I'll just imitate him. I can't help it. I can't help it. It's fun. But what I love about this cover the most, other than the art is awesome, is the fact that this skull is perfect for you to sign. It is the perfect area for someone to sign. Did you do that on purpose?
No.
Well, thank you, because that's my favorite thing about this. I'm like, that is the perfect sign, because I collect signed comics, so I was like, awesome.
I won't lie to you. These three Sonja and Vampirella covers were all done because I thought they were logos that were going to be put at the top. I would not leave all that white space. That Red Sonja cover.
You were expecting the trade dress.
Yeah, I wouldn't have left all that white at the top and I was disappointed. Personally, I'm not into virgin cover. I think a virgin cover, if you want a virgin cover, you buy a print. I think a cover is, how does the artwork work with a logo? It's not easy to put a logo and artwork together to make it, but that's what a cover to me is. And I was a little disappointed that was a virgin cover. That Red
to me, it's
Sonja.
penicillin, because it turned out to be great.
Yeah,
it was a mistake that turned out awesome for me. I was like, this is perfect.
And the one with Red Sonja and Vampirella, I would redo that if I could. I felt that was done very quickly, and I felt it was a bit wonky.
We got BK out here asking you if you're an Alex Toth or Russ
Alex
Heath
Toth,
fan.
Absolutely, yes. Russ Heath, I would say yes, but I'm not as familiar.
Toth was fantastic. Space Ghost stuff was great. See, that was your Lady Satanis cover, which was fantastic as well. You got some of those Pulp Girl covers. There was the what was this? The one on the far left. It's a Bukkake cover, isn't it?
That was Murder Bukkake.
Yeah, this is Murder Bukkake.
That book never came out, and I don't know if it ever is coming out.
It was we do every quarter, we kind of do a rundown of stuff that's up on Kickstarter at the time, live active stuff, and kind of go through the stuff we like. And part of the fun of that is some of the fun titles that come out of
titles,
that. The art is fantastic to look at and stuff like that, but some of the pun titles that come out of some of the Kickstarter books are fantastic.
Yeah, when I heard the title of this, I was like, why not? Why not? Let's do it. But it was Garrett Gunn, who's a good friend of mine, and he's the one who approached me. So I would do anything Garrett asked for.
Garrett's fun, dude. I like. He's fun.
He's high energy and just like his work ethic is inspiring.
His I know you've done a lot of covers. Actually, I've got I don't know if this is a good time, Joe. You let me know. One of Garrett's, speaking of Garrett, is I like his fangers, because it's a vampire, and I know you've done covers for you did covers for 1 and 2. Is that right?
Yeah, Garrett, and I've done.
I think you did a preview also.
1 and 2, right? Or the Ash Can? The Ash Can.
I think I've done 4 Fangers covers. But a couple of them were really rushed because they were like con exclusives, and I wasn't pleased. Okay, there's the one where she's sitting in the blood and the skulls and it's red. I really like that one. There's one where it's just her head and she's like has her finger, and I thought it was done in overnight. I don't know who did the colors, and I really was disappointed with that one.
Okay.
But there is one that is done now, that it's completed, and it was colored by Raul Manriquez. That is one of my favorite things that I've done that has not been seen yet. So I have a Fangers cover coming up this year that is, I feel really.
I'm really enjoying that. I'm really enjoying that story. I do not have one of your covers, but I have two blind bags from Fangers that I got from Garrett. So there is a chance that one of your covers may be in here. So at some point when Joe gives me the green light, I'm going to open these and see if I get a Bill McKay cover out of one of these blind bags.
Yeah,
I do not have one.
I'm trying to think what they were for. One of them had to be for a Kickstarter. It was probably for Kickstarter number 1. Then the other 2 or 3 were like just con exclusives. Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, the Kickstarter work. I mean, there's a couple of the Fangers there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I'm thinking that the one on the right was for campaign number 2, and then the one on the red one, which I said I like. I don't know that was on a campaign. I don't know if that was just a con exclusive for Baltimore, maybe.
Yeah, I think it was either that or one of the ash cans that came out.
Yeah, these are all Garrett books. These were all done for Garrett.
Yeah, and I love Jabberjaw as well. That was.
I'm gonna open one, Joe.
Okay.
I'm gonna open one. We're gonna see what I get.
Crank it. See what we
get.
Yeah,
Jabberjaw
you guys
was on the campaign. I was not feeling those colors though on that cover. It should have been lush. That creature in the background, you should barely see him. I like the Fangers logo.
I did not get. Well, I don't know. I did not get a Bill cover. I don't believe on either one of these.
Nope.
I don't believe either one of those. So strike on that one.
And then of course we get into your zombie tramp stuff. You've kind of entrenched yourself as kind of the zombie tramp artist out there for the most part, outside of Dan popping out a cover. Your zombie tramp covers are probably the most recognizable when people look at zombie tramp.
I've done, I think, 94 now. So
and multiply that by 2 if you take the risque and the nice.
I'm not going to be mad at this one though. You know what that one is, right?
That looks like an homage to From Dusk Till Dawn.
I think this is Yum. I think this is Yum. I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be mad at that one.
That's fair.
Yum
we do enjoy Yum.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've run not only across the big long running series, but you've hit zombie tramp in pretty much every way, shape, and form in terms of the specials that come out, series that comes out, everything. And again, like I said, to me, they're some of the most iconic zombie tramp covers out there. Like I said, Dan's style is Dan's style, and it's very distinct. When you see a Mendoza cover, it's a Mendoza cover. But when you see your zombie tramp, that's what I think of when I think of zombie.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like I never feel like I couldn't draw Dan's style. It wouldn't make sense. But it's just the fact that people accepted my version, and I was able to just do my version for over 10 years now. It's was really cool. Like I don't know that I ever found an audience with like the Lady Death crowd. Like I've done Lady Death covers, but I never really, I don't know that but I was never kind of felt like I was in that world, like the zombie tramp world. Like people who know zombie tramp really embraced me, and it's been incredibly rewarding working on that book for so many years.
Oh, usually you do a lot of zombie tramp exclusives, right? There's usually a set, like there's usually like a nice and a naughty or what have you. Yeah. So when you're at the con, because I live in Hawaii, so very rarely do I get to go to a con, and very rarely do artists such as yourself. Unfortunately, I do all I can to try to get artists like you to Hawaii. I keep trying, but how fast did those go? Because your sets are usually they're pretty low numbered, right? They're like 50,
Yeah,
100,
a 50 print run, so 50
50.
sets. Yeah,
Because I don't know, they probably go pretty quickly at the con. I know I've bid on some on Whatnots when people are at the con, and it's a battle trying to get your sets on Whatnot. People are bidding hard for those things. They go pretty quickly at the cons. Do you notice? Or
yeah, for the most part. So like New York, it didn't sell out at New York this year. It came very close, which was kind of disappointing because it might have been the first show that I've ever done where they didn't sell out. But then there's 700 some exclusives at New York.
Yeah.
But you know,
okay.
a lot of the business I do it with people who are reselling. So like if I did like a big deck sale, we could blast through all of them. But the one thing at New York was very weird was in the last few years since COVID, it's I do so much business with people that are buying to resell. And I don't feel like those people were at New York this year. Like New York was still good, but I didn't see the retailers and the flippers and the resellers in the room like I had in previous years. So, but in general, you know, yeah, I've had where there's been a line where they've sold out on day one at a lot of shows, and they sell pretty high. I kind of go by the business model of what Action Lab was doing. Action Lab was doing sets, a 50 print run set or 250. And when I was working for Action Lab, all they did was take advantage of me, and they paid me $100 for a cover. So if you look at these covers, the ones of these that were published in comic shops, which are just the last one. Actually, no. None of these were in comic shops. But the one I financed it's a long story. So they were not paying me. And so a retailer could do a variant, and a retailer variant costs $1,000 and you can produce 50 sets. So I approached Action Lab and I said, hey, you know, I'm promoting this book. The book's doing well. I know what my numbers are. You're not paying me. Would you allow me? I have money. Would you allow me to do con exclusives? And they let me do 3 or 4. And then I had one at San Diego, and it made the Bleeding Cool list of one of the most in-demand ones at the show. But the one they had at the Action Lab table did not. And I think that was when Brian was like, yeah, we're not letting him do this anymore. And so I had a long trip from Chicago back to Pittsburgh, and I said to Dan, I said, I want to throw some money at Brian and offer him, you know, I want to do 20 exclusives over a year and a half, and I will pay for 20 of them immediately if I can produce them. And Dan was cool with it. And sure enough, Brian took my money. And so there are 20 of those exclusives that were produced by me, that they were only 50 print runs, 50 sets. And the only way you could get them was either get them from me or get them from somebody who got them from me. And sure, unprofessional Action Lab, the way they were is they had a newspaper printer in Pittsburgh print these things. And so most of these, like that purple one, there might have been 30 of those that weren't damaged. Most of the print runs, 50% or a little less, were defects. Like I have a lot of valuable Zombie Tramp books that I haven't sold because they're in demand, but they're just not. So even though they're 50 print runs, most of them out there, what's out there, 20, 30, 40 at the most, maybe.
So I'm just happy I'm talking to a fellow Pittsburgher. That just makes me happy.
Yeah, Sean Gavrin he's from Pittsburgh, and that's where the CEO of Action Lab is based in Uniontown.
Yeah. Good stuff. And again, I had to throw some of the specials up there as well, and the crossovers. It's a great hack slash crossover. I was
concerned about that hack slash one. I thought it was a little silly. I thought it was fun and a little goofy. They have like their heads are a little bigger than they should be, and you know what? And I'm proud of it. I looking at it, I feel good about it. But at that time, I was a bit concerned.
I like it. I like it. It was good. And the New Year's Eve special one is fantastic as well. I love that cover.
Yeah, that is another one. That was done for Action Lab. We were at Wizard World, New Orleans. And sure enough, those books showed up. There might have been 20 that were undamaged of one and 30 that were undamaged of the other. That is a crazy hard one to find.
Hey, Bill, you were at San Diego, right? I was at San Diego myself too, and it was crazy in there. It was packed, lines everywhere. I'm surprised, because I know a lot of the retail exclusives that were there, and a lot of the exclusives that were there, they sold out like every day, day in and day out. And the New York City Comic Con was actually a little bit crowdeder than usual. And I was there, and I seen the lines at the tables, and I'm surprised that because most of New York City comics do sell out, the exclusives do sell out, and
it's the numbers.
And your
it's
books,
the numbers.
your books
so
being
many.
a hot book. That Jedi has 50, almost like 60% of the print of your books.
It's hard to get them, man. I wish I had that many. I think they're hard to get.
I'm surprised that it didn't sell out there because, like,
it's hard when there's that many exclusives at a con, and you only have so much time to stand in so many lines. Time runs out.
But I know, but the exclusives that actually do sell, people stand in line, they'll go back and they'll get. And I'm surprised that
come to Hawaii, Bill. They'll sell out.
Those cons were really jam packed.
There was no line. You could have come up to my table and bought it. It would have been no problem. I just feel like the fans bought it, but I didn't. The people who were the flippers didn't show up and buy it this year, and I think that was just because there were so many more high profile. I mean, I'll have no trouble. I only have a couple left. It's going to sell out, but it's just to the fact that I'd never, not sold the entire print run in a day or two at New York was a little different this year.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you got so was Lines how was Lines released?
Lines originally was a book that I made when I was working for Action Lab, where it was a handmade book that was magazine size. I printed it myself, I stapled it myself, I folded it myself, I cut it, and I made one of one. So I could make, like, say that first cover, I could make her in the blue jacket and print one, and then I can change the jacket to orange and I can print one, and then I can change the jacket to green. And I would do those for shows where I'd have like 10 books, and they were all one of ones, and they were Lines, magazine size, glossy, high production looking with in a Mylar, and you know what, it took forever. It was ridiculous to do it. And then when I finally started publishing my own book, I got lazy and I go, you know what, let me do a Lines book, but just doing a comic format. So that's what these are Lines in a comic format. And what Lines is, it's just every year I would take 10 of my favorite covers, the black and white line art that was the cleaned up version of the pencil before it went to color, and it would be like an art book. It would be like 20 covers in black and white. And so then these are just 3 variants of the most recent version.
So is Grind Pop your imprint?
Grind Pop is my imprint, yes.
Excellent.
That one in the middle is probably my favorite cover I've ever done, but it means something to me and it means nothing to anybody else, because that was the cover for the sequel to Night of the 80s Undead. So Night of the 80s Undead was a pop culture zombie book, whereas I wrote a sequel called Night of the 80s Undead Hardcore, which was a counterculture kind of a zombie book that shows kind of what happened the day before Night of the 80s Undead. And so it took place in Washington, D.C., and this is the old 930 Club in Washington, D.C. And
I've been there many times.
There are so many Easter eggs in this thing, and it was colored by Ulla Moss. And then Action Lab had the rights to it, and so it's a book that never got made, and I used that artwork for a cover on this one, and it did poorly. It was one of the ones, like that first one with her with the gun and the bubble jacket, that sold 3 versions of that. I sold them all. The one in the middle and the other one, people weren't interested in that.
I'm gonna look for it now that you mentioned it's supposed to be the 930 Club, because I spend a lot of time at the 930 Club.
Okay, so you know the 930 Club, the metal pole that was in the middle of the room? That's over her right shoulder. The stage was catty corner. That's like she's grinding on the stage.
Oh, there you
and
go.
In the background, if the logo wasn't there, that's where the DJ booth is. And beneath it is the stairway to the dressing room. Like, I'd been to so many shows there, I felt like I owned the place. We'd go see Fishbone, like Red Hot Chili Peppers, go see like punk bands, and we'd go to the early show. And when they were clearing,
I saw the Descendants there.
We would walk downstairs and just go into the dressing room like we knew what we were doing. They'd clear out the place, then we'd go upstairs and watch the Late Show. So like I knew that place so well. I never saw the Descendants at the 930, but I saw them at the Hung Jury. I saw them at the WUST Music Hall. I saw them at the Fillmore. And some church basement somewhere, like the Wilson Center or the Newton or something. I saw
They always
Black
put on a
Flag there
fantastic
twice,
show.
so.
Oh, that's nice. Good old Henry Rollins. Good stuff. Okay, and now I guess your Kickstarter work. You got Kim the Delusional. You got 2 issues. I guess the first one went out, and the second one's in. I guess fulfilled at this point, or
The second
funded?
issue. The second issue is supposed to ship this month, and it is not going to ship this month. It is. I have a page to draw. This sickness, I did not see it coming. I have not drawn anything since the 20th of December. I'm trying to get my strength back. I hardly have enough strength to even sit. I'm getting fatigued sitting in this chair. This book. So I am not late yet, but it's going to be late. It is not coming out in January, but I'm going to do all the unlockables are ordered. Everything is ordered. If I don't have it in hand, it's coming within days. It is just a matter of it could be lettered in 2 days. I just have to get this final page done, and I have to tweak the script just a bit. So there is nothing more important in my life. I'm not married. I live by myself. This book, and I'm feeling great about this book, but there is going to be a delay because of health issues and because I am just ridiculously slow. And also, as I am not a organic writer, and I won't lie to you that as the first issue is kind of like the second issue, as it was already written and as I'm drawing it, there were things that make that book better. And there were things that was like, well, wait a second, the ideas came to me and the story changed a bit. And so the script will be, even the dialogue will be tweaked until the day it goes to letters. So it is something that I kind of felt that I could make it better. And then the sickness that hit me recently really was the dagger that was like, you're not getting this out on time. So
listen, Bill, health is first. Health is first. So just concentrate on health.
The wait for comic books.
Yeah.
It'll be a wait. The day that Kim won, that I went to the printer and they gave me a copy of the book and I held it. I cried. I really was like, this is all I ever wanted to do. And here it is. It's complete. There's nothing that will make me happier than having this issue 2 done and putting it in the mail and having people read it. And I have nothing more important going on in my life than getting this book done and out and then moving on to the next.
I mean, it has to feel good being in the industry, cranking out other people's characters and stuff like that, and then being able to kind of have your own thing and have that control over it. Has to feel good. And it's been very well received as well. So
I can't wait, because I kind of, just from kind of doing a little bit of homework on this, just because I had complete open kimono. I've never read this, and so I wanted to go back and kind of get an idea of what it was about before the show. And I kind of went back to the Kickstarter page of the first one, and I kind of read the little brief synopsis, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in on this. I want to read it. But because I'm a completionist, I gotta wait till 3 comes out so that I can go back and order the backup digitals or the backup copies or whatever, so I can start with 1 through 3, because I can't just jump in at 3 or whatever. So there is going to be a 3, right? So
I plan on wrapping it up. I plan on wrapping it up in number 3, which is also a reason that the script had to be changed, was because originally the whole idea was a one-shot, and it just got bigger and bigger. And now there's I want the story arc to be 3 issues, and there just became questions. It's like, are you going to wrap this up, and what are you going to do? Can she not put that helmet on again? So there were things that came up that had to be addressed. That was a reason that it's slowed down. But
it's just a little like five sentence synopsis or whatever on the Kickstarter, and I just read that and I'm like, okay, this sounds pretty fun. I'm gonna check this out.
That's easier. Like, if people ask me, give me the elevator pitch. It's like, it is difficult. That thing on the Kickstarter, I think, is the best description of it, because it is all over the place as far as where it's going. It's what is important. What does this mean? Why did that person say that? Why did that person get cut off? Like, everything means something if you care enough. And it's not all explained in issue 1. And I don't want to explain everything. I want it to be kind of like figured out. But I really am putting something into this that I really care about the content, and I don't want it to be like just a money grab. I really want it to have a life beyond like when I can put that trade paperback together.
Okay.
And
Hey, your name's on top of it.
Yeah,
It's Bill McKay's Kim the Delusional.
This is what I feel like my career has been leading up to.
That's great, and all your covers on that first issue were fantastic. It was just a killer set of covers. But then in two, you brought out the big guns in two. I think you got some quite talented people come in and throw some covers in here in issue 2 as well. I know you had mentioned backstage. Art Adams is one of your one person that you look up to, and had that there.
That one, I've known Art for 8 years, but I'm always nervous around him. I shake around him. I don't shake around him anymore. And for issue number 2, I had to go big. And most of the people on 1 and 2, luckily, that's a great thing about working in the comic business is like I have so many friends. So most of these people are people I know, and they're friends or people I've worked with. But Art was the guy that I was like I wanted to approach him about a cover, and I was so nervous. And I approached him in San Francisco, and he told me that he could do a cover, but he was under contract for 2 years with Marvel. And my first thought was, well, put me on the list. I'm in this for the long run, 2 years. Yeah. But then I had the idea, because that was a commission. If you look at that cover, that's a commission he did for me, which he gave me an insanely fair price on it. And I know that a lot of those bust covers of his were made from commissions. So many of those, just bust covers, they weren't. Yeah. And so I said to him, this may be unethical. Please stop me if it's not. But he knew where I was going. And he said, get it colored, $500. And so I got Nia Ruffino, who's like the fucking awesome, to color it. And it came out really cool. And then when I went to give Art money, he's like, what'd I say, $200? And I was like, no, you said $500. And so, but you know what? That's San Francisco. Just when he agreed to that, like I remember taking an Uber ride at like 3 a.m. and I was like just on top of the world. I felt like, this is, like, you can't take this. It just is like Art Adams, a cover on my book. Yeah. He is my absolute number 1 all-time favorite, and it's just such an honor. And he's been so fucking cool about it. And it's been the cover. I don't know if it still is, but it was the cover in the Fans of Art Adams group for months. And I woke up this morning in my Facebook feed. Somebody questioned, "Hey, when's Kim the Delusional coming out?" And I had to mention my health issues and that it will be coming out very soon. And people were supportive, and so that's a career achievement right there.
But you had Meriglio, you had Lyrics in there, you had Kendrick Lim in there, you even got a Mendoza in there. It was great stuff.
Lyrics was on issue 1. Kendrick Lim didn't have time. He was supposed to be on issue 1, and I replaced him with Shikari, who at the time was up and coming. He wasn't that big a name, and it was just so different. So Shikari took the Kendrick Lim spot, and Dan was on both campaigns, like Lyrics. And Brian,
we like to say here, we love Shikari. Needs to work on the nipples.
Shikari, I won't tell you that he wasn't a little difficult to work with, but he wasn't nearly as expensive as he is nowadays, and the cover did well.
He's got quite the fan base now. He's grown.
Oh yes. You got some Zerdy in there as well. It was a lot of great artists racked into Dragax in there as well. All kinds of good stuff.
Yeah, these are all people I know. And Drax one is if you saw that zoomed up, like the face and the detail in it, it is.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's insane. Like I need to print a version of that that's just from the waist to the horns.
Because I normally like his work a lot, but this one was it was great.
Sometimes they're overly complicated. I'm a fan of all his stuff, but the simplicity of this one makes me very happy. He's done 4 Kim covers. He did a cover for issue number 1. He did issue 2. and he did 2 New York exclusives, and one of them is the one that everybody's looking for. The first one he ever did is like kind of like Dr. Strangelove, where she's riding a bomb.
Everyone loves riding bomb covers.
Yeah,
That's just as a heads up.
Yeah.
That is always a trope that will sell books.
And I wish I had
like blowing bubbles and lollipops. Yep.
but I will never reprint anything.
It's definitely good stuff. You got Simon Bisley did a cover. You just as I was going through it, because I had funded it. I'm a Jedi, and I are both big Kickstarter people in terms of getting stuff. Ooh,
I am now.
Yeah.
Wasn't always the case.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it show boobs on.
Contagious. It's like, ugh.
Oh, nice.
That is
That's the Bisley OA.
That's the original art on the Bisley.
That is amazing.
Wow.
Bisley's just such a damn legend in his own right. Oh, nice. The black and that's
the original Art Adams. That's where the art cover.
That's fantastic.
Awesome. That's nice.
Art's black and white work is insane. I have a few of his prints laying around, and they're always just amazingly detailed and fantastic.
Bisley was just the guy that, I'm a massive fan of his. And I was like, who would be cooler than Bisley on this book? And I know his agent because his agent was the first agent I ever had. And I would never just give Simon money. But I knew his agent. So I went and met them at a show, and I talked to Simon for an hour about it. And I gave him $1,000 down payment. And he was super cool. And he was like going to be at a show. I had a show in London, and Simon was there. And we agreed that he was going to have some sketches done, and we'd take it from there. So a month later, I'm in London, and I went up to Simon, and I said, hey, Simon, did you have a chance to do some sketches on that cover? And he's like, hey, what cover's that, mate? He had no idea what I was talking. And so I reached out to his agent, and everything came out great.
It came out fantastic. It was really great. And coming up in February, I believe dropping toward the end of February, maybe around the 26th, you got One Last Trick #2 coming out, the cover C, the 1 in 10. So definitely wanted to plug that for you of something that's coming out.
Yeah, I need to reach out to Joe to see if that's still live and promote that online. Because I was telling you, he reached out to me, and I was in the hospital, and I was like on heavy meds, and he said, can you share this? And I was like, I will try. Yeah, I'll try. And I forgot all about it because at the time I could barely put sentences together. I was typing and retyping. I was out of it when he mentioned it. So I need to see if this is if I can still
on track,
because it's the first book that I've had that's actually going through comic book shops since probably Robin Hood Vigilante #5, which was a Zenescope.
No, a little Zenescope.
That was probably 6 years ago. I don't think I've had a book in a comic shop in 6 years.
And truthfully, a lot of Zenescope doesn't make its way to the comic shop. So this might be one that's out there for a lot of people to grab. So
or through Diamond. It was a Diamond distributed book. This is I don't know, Lunar Penguin. I don't know how it all works.
Yeah, I don't know how any of it works.
I'm out of touch with what's going on with LCSs and distribution.
It is crazy. A couple things we did want to plug for you. The QR code there will link you to Bill's Kickstarter creator page, so you can see both Kindle Delusional projects that are there and anything new that comes out. You'll be able to have access to there as well. And also, you have a Big Cartel page where you got some goodies there too. So if you're looking to buy some of Bill's cool stuff, you can hop there at Bill McKay.
It's a little cluttered, but most of the new stuff is at the top.
Yeah, so it is all there. Anything else you'd like to plug, Bill? We don't want to hold you up too long. I know. I know it's been a long night.
I guess the only things are the update on the book that I'm going to get it. It's done as fast as possible. The next would be appearances. I have a show next weekend that I would have canceled if it was any other show, but they invited me and they're paying they've already paid for the hotel and the travel. And it's a comic dealer that's treating me very well. And I just don't feel unless I just can't physically do it, I will be in Vegas at Days of the Dead next weekend.
Oh, nice.
The following month, I have Fan Expo of Vancouver and the big one, MegaCon, in March. I will go heavy on the exclusives for MegaCon.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so there will be an exclusive for MegaCon, but not for the one next week, not for Days of the Dead.
You know
for
what?
MegaCon?
The artwork was done, like Mustafa inked it for me. And the artwork was completely done a day before I went into the hospital. But what happens is I have to make a boob patch and I have to clean it up and I have to send it off to colors. And I went to the hospital and there was just no way. And when I got back here, I just couldn't bring myself to put in, a half hour's work to do what had to be done. And I just couldn't get it to the colorist in time and it just couldn't be printed. So there was an exclusive that was planned and it was a cool one, man. I'll show you the original art. So it looked like this.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
But now it's just going to have to be for probably it would be MegaCon now. If you
Okay.
want to put a patch,
Well,
it looks like that.
Yep.
I don't know if you could show just.
Yep. There we go.
You can see that.
We
Just
don't
two,
mind. We
just
don't
two
mind.
balloons. That's that's all right.
Yeah, it's two
Yeah.
balloons. It's fine.
But
They're disconnected.
that's going to be a strong one.
Yeah, that'll be
There
nice.
will be something for Vancouver. I just haven't figured that out yet. I still have a month to do that.
Sweet.
Okay, Bill, before if you got time, and because we talked about it, I gave you a heads up that it was coming. You said you were actually kind of looking forward to this because this is your favorite. I don't put words in your mouth, but you said it's one of your favorite game shows from back in the day, and our viewers like it because sometimes it goes off the rails. I don't know where Dom went because he's usually the one that takes it off the rails. We are going to play a little get to know you game based on that was 70s, right? Game show,
Yeah, 70s.
the qualified match game. So, gentlemen, of course, Bill is going to be the contestant. We are going to be the panelist. We're going to go through some questions, fill in the blank questions. We are going to write down what we think Bill's answer is going to be to these questions. Anybody know where Dom went?
No, his
Okay.
mic was kind of loud. So I
Okay,
had
it's
muted it.
acting up. Okay. So we will get started. I kind of got an advantage because I kind of wrote the questions with the help of my buddy ChatGPT. Styx is arch enemy. Yeah, Styx. You need to give it the time, Styx. They're already holding our hands. So pretty soon they're going to be leading.
As the oldest fart here, I'm going to say no.
All right. First question. Are you ready? Are you ready, Bill? By the way,
Yeah.
everybody ready? All right.
Ready.
So Joe is going to play, but Joe is the most honest one on the panel. I don't, however high a bar that is. He is going to keep score. He is going to decide. He's going to be the one that decides any close calls, what's close enough, what gets a half a point, that kind of thing. And we're going to see. We're going to see who wins.
It was pretty.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. All right. First question. Oh, first of all, as I said, that is our lovely contestant, Bill McKay.
Yay.
First question. If not for success as a comic creator, how would Bill pay the bills? How would Bill pay the bills? What would he do? Oh, that was good. So I don't know. I thought maybe we'd get a little glean into that from our conversation with Bill, but I don't know. All we ever know, he's wanted to be a comic creator his entire life. So I don't know what else here.
All right, I got mine down.
Man, that was quick. That was like super quick.
I'm dialed in tonight. I'm dialed in.
All right. Yeah. Kind of an answer.
Okay, I got mine. Styx, are you got? You have yours?
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah,
dot my
yeah.
eyes.
All right. So I believe so. I think Bill may be the only one. I don't know. We had Mark Spears on played this game before with us. I don't know if did Mark ever play the game before? Bill may be the only one we've ever had on here that's ever actually played the game or watched the game before. So I believe you know what it was. I believe Bill shows his shows his answer first, and then we all show ours. Right? That's how it works.
See how close we got.
Yeah, see how close we get. So
Show my answer.
all right.
Yep.
Show us your answer, Bill, and we're going to see who gets the closest, or maybe somebody nails it. We'll see.
Truthfully, if my career ended right now, I have no fucking idea what I would do. I have no idea. But I can tell you this: if it wasn't for comics, if it wasn't that driving me, if that's not what I've always wanted to do, I am a drummer, and I would have played in a band. I would have been a musician.
That didn't come up at all in our conversation, Bill. Damn it.
Yeah, we talked about the 930 Club a bit.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You and him went down that. Okay. All right. No, that's
music,
fair. That's fair.
Comic books, and I don't have it to be a hockey player, but punk rock, comic books, and hockey are my categories. I could talk about them all day.
Boobies.
And I was thinking the 930 Club, and I was thinking, you know what?
Who said that? That'd be Tyson. It's Tyson. I knew it's Tyson. I knew it.
I was always jealous of the people that worked at the 930 Club because they were there every night. So I actually chose bouncer.
Oh, yeah.
Because the people that work the door there, whatever, I'd see them every night and be like, I was always so jealous because you get to sit here every night and see all the shows.
The most memorable night at the 930 Club. So I don't know if you ever heard of them, but I'm pretty old and I'm into punk rock and metal. And when I was a kid, Wendy O. Williams and the Plasmatics were like this band. And Wendy O. had a big white mohawk and she wore electrical tape on her boobs, and they would cut a chainsaw in half, a guitar with a chainsaw in half during live shows. And they played at the 930 Club. And Wendy O., she put the guitar right in my hand after they cut it in half. And I was trying to protect it, and people were punching me, trying to steal the guitar. And I got kicked out by the bouncers. They dragged me out of the place and threw me out the front door. And all I was doing was protecting the guitar that the band put right in my hands. So I know those bouncers. I remember them.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing Pussy Galore there, and them blowing fire on stage. It was fantastic. It's good stuff. All right, Styx, what you got?
Styx, what did you say?
Not sure. I know the Pittsburgh got brought up a couple times and things like that. So the one thing that popped in my head that the only thing you can do in Pittsburgh other than work in a steel mill is be a professional Pittsburgh pro team fan.
Pro team. No, we picked.
You guys have to
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, y'all have to pay your fans in Pittsburgh.
You lean Pirates, Penguins, or Steelers.
There's no team I despise more than the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah,
I'm from Washington D.C.
And that's where I live now, Bill. I've lived down in this area. Well, I'm out near the Virginia line in Northern Virginia, out near West Virginia now. But I lived in Alexandria for like 17 years, so
yeah,
I was a hop, skip, and jump down there.
I say DC because I don't want people confusing Maryland with Baltimore, but I'm Southern Maryland. I was born in Cheverly, and I lived in Hyattsville, Largo, all around Southern Maryland.
I was just in Washington D.C.
Don't feel bad. I married a woman from La Plata, so.
Oh, I lived in La Plata.
Don't tell him why, Dom. Don't tell him why. He's a Steeler fan. Don't tell him why.
Cowboys and Commanders. I went to go see on Christmas Day with my wife. And we like Washington. We go to Washington all the time.
Yeah, I grew up a mile from that stadium. It's not FedEx Field, whatever it is. That's where I grew up, right?
Down there, Landover.
Yeah, and it was in Mitchellville or Largo, right next door.
I worked for close to 10 years in Suitland, so.
Oh, my father. That's where my father worked. My father retired working for the Census Bureau in Suitland.
And that's where I worked.
Oh, awesome.
Small world.
So for me, I don't know. I just figured I would go with kind of what Bill does in his comic career. I said that if he wasn't drawing them, if he wasn't drawing them big, he'd be making them big. I said he would be a plastic surgeon, specialty boobs.
There you
I don't have a high school diploma. There's no way I'd be
go.
going to medical school.
There's a lot of back alleys, Bill. There's a lot of back alleys.
Operating out of the back of his car.
Love Dr. Nick's out there.
All right. We'll go on the next one. So 0 points for anybody. I heard Dom say boobs too, so we'll give him 0 points for anybody on that one.
No, man, maybe a used car salesman. I think that could have been something out there in Pittsburgh.
All right. Next question. After 3 days at a Comic-Con, Bill was so exhausted. He was so exhausted that he accidentally signed a blank with a blank. Bill was so tired at a Comic-Con after 3 days, he accidentally signed a blank with a blank.
I'm dialed in. They're coming to me quick. They're coming to me quick tonight.
Wow. This one came to me a little quicker.
Nobody's going to get this one because I don't know it.
All right. We'll jump in. The chat's always quicker than we are on this. He signed our good friend Brucer, boob with DNA. What? That's disgusting, Bruce. Okay, we got a lot of booby talk going on. Booby with a magic marker.
All right, I have the definitive
A
answer.
bleep with a bleep.
Thank you, Ed.
A pen with a book. Okay, all right. A furry. Okay. I said a pickle with something. All right. All right. Dom, are you ready?
All right. Listen, he signs.
Actually, one of the no. Have you got it written down? We're not ready for your answer yet.
No. I have written. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody in the chat got pretty much what I wrote down as well. So we're in the same line of thinking.
Somebody did.
All right, Bill goes first here. Show us
I
what
would
he
think
got.
the definitive answer has to be that after 3 days at the Comic-Con, Bill was so exhausted that he accidentally signed a Sharpie with a comic book.
Yeah. I think somebody might get some hits on that. All right, Dom, what you got?
Oh, I said he was so exhausted this and that after signing books with boobs. He actually signed some boobs with his fingers by mistake. Just he didn't have to.
Fingers. That's something Tyson would do, but he would do that on day one. I don't think it would do that.
Hey, listen, I'm exhausted all the time, so I do it all the time.
Jedi, what you got?
You can give me a point.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'll give you that
Seemed
one.
that's the comedic answer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Styx.
Great. I wrote that he signed a con food wrapper with a whiteout pen.
That was quite in depth there, Styx.
Food wrapper. Like con food comes in wrappers. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah. Personally, I said he signed a pen with a boob.
With a boob. That would be awful.
Yes.
Oh, he's tired.
That's a good one.
All right, Jedi scored a point out of that one. What you got next for us, Jedi?
All right, next we have Zombie Tramp is looking for a new boyfriend. He says dead or alive doesn't matter as long as he has a big blank. Zombie Tramp's looking for a new boyfriend. Doesn't matter dead or alive, just that he has a big blank.
Man, they're just coming to me tonight. They're not right, but they're coming to me tonight.
Mine was kind of quick too.
I just realized I don't have my squeaky pen. I don't have my squeaky pen. All right, what's the chat say? I don't know if that was all right. So
Quiet, Bruce.
a big wallet. Okay, that one. A big bat. Styx doesn't finish quick. All right, that's just
I got long box in there. There we go.
Long box.
I like Pez dispenser collection.
Pez dispenser.
Can't go wrong with Pez.
Okay.
Brain is a good answer, but it's not my answer.
All right, Dom looks like he's done. So if Dom's done, that usually means we're done.
All right, Bill, what you got?
Yeah,
Dom looks
I
very
wish I had
confident too, by
brain.
the way.
Oh, you got
Brain.
you.
Whoever said brain, that's the definitive answer, and I didn't get it. I said Necronomicon.
Oh, solid.
If you know Zombie Tramp, she has a Necronomicon, or a Book of the Dead. But brain is a much better answer.
Yeah.
All right, who's up? Jedi? Start with
Oh,
you.
am I up? Well,
Yeah.
no point for me this time. I just I said debit card. I don't know.
Debit card.
we need the blue button sound effect.
Yeah.
All
What
What you got, Styx?
I said that her boyfriend needs a bone protruding out.
Nasty
Okay.
Sticks. It's nasty.
That's about as dirty as Styx gets. So
It is. That's the
good-
dirtiest
good
thing
on
I think I've
Styx.
ever heard
Good on
Sticks
you.
say.
I didn't say brain, but
Yeah, how you will.
I did say a bag of brains. So he should have a big bag of brains, but no dice for me.
Dom had a very confident look on his face, but now he just looks dejected. He doesn't look like he. No, it just doesn't
That's
look
right.
like
What you got, Dom?
I got. Listen, says Brucifer always wants to talk about pickle party. Pickle,
Yeah.
pickle, baby.
But, you know, Bill probably doesn't have a clue what that little inside joke even means.
No.
All right.
All right, let's move on. Next question. Bill knows his audience. His most recent character is so tough. He doesn't need swords or guns to fight the.
Hey, match game.
He's so tough. He doesn't need swords or guns to fight the bad guys. No. She just hits him over the head with her giant blank. Bill, he knows his audience. His most recent character, so tough. Doesn't need swords or guns to fight the bad guys. Just hits him over the head with her giant blank. I thought I had a good one for this, and I can't remember it.
I got to make sure I spelled my word right.
Give me both, because my word's kind of long. Okay, there it is. I may win this game 1-0, guys. That's all I'm saying. I think I may win 1-0.
All right.
It's gonna be
Now
1-0. All right. I don't know who's first, but she just hits him over the head
I think
with her
Styx.
giant.
got
Oh, that's right. No, actually, Bill does.
sorry.
Bill's got a.
Bill's.
Yeah.
Bill's up.
She just hits him over her head with her giant what, Bill?
I wanted to say her giant sense of satire, but I went with helmet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mm.
She does have a giant helmet.
I would have been closer to your first thought, but I don't think I would have got either one of them.
All right. Styx.
She does have a giant helmet.
All right.
She does. What you got, Styx?
The other thing she has a giant of is her bustier.
Bustier.
There you go. Well,
Tell me
I
I'm
think
wrong.
you all know. I think you all know what I put for this answer.
You know what? I think if you were the contestant, I would have got a point on this one, but unfortunately, they're not the contestant.
Yeah, I had feet.
Yeah. Her giant. She hits them over the head with her giant feet in a yeah. So she has quite
That's
the
a
leap.
giant
On.
accent.
She got leaps.
Hey,
She got
She is
leaps.
a kick for
hey,
sure.
this is comics. This is comics. Anything could happen.
Dom.
That's right.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this. The whole fact is that people tell me, my wife tells me I don't listen, I don't hear things, I don't look at things. When you put the books up for a Bill, and he said helmet, I had helmet too. So
There you go. There
and
you go,
that is-
Dom.
I do pay attention.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Good job.
There's no way I score another point. There's no way I score another point.
Picture is that helmet or her giant.
This is going to get me in trouble with our female viewers, as if we had any of those. I said her giant. Yeah, actually, yes. I haven't seen Mama. I haven't seen Mama. I said hits him over the head with her giant insecurities.
There we go. No one's gonna get mad about that.
Yeah.
All right. Is this the tiebreaker one here for you, Jedi?
No, we have. I think we have two more. We usually do these in sixes.
Oh, wow.
If Bill had a secret Easter egg, it would be sneaking a hidden blank onto every one of his covers.
Now this one isn't funny. This one's just a fact.
Oh, I know you have remarks that you do, but you actually do Easter eggs on all your covers too?
I'll tell you, they're not on the Zombie Tramp covers, but there is a theme on almost all of my covers, and there were a lot of them. If you look- You know, Kim is on that cover, that Geektacular #1. Like, she's hidden in that. But there are things I didn't put them on Zombie Tramp because Dan created Zombie Tramp, and I don't want to inject my sensibilities. But if you look at a lot of my covers, there is a similar theme that's on almost all the Kim covers and on most of my random covers. Not on Red Sonja or Vampirella, but other indie stuff. If you look at the Zombies versus Cheerleaders, you'll see it on all of them, I think.
Okay, so we've stumbled upon something that is, we're going to get a fact out of this one. We're going to get a true Easter egg. If Bill had an Easter egg, which he does, it would be sneaking a hidden blank onto his covers. Oh boy.
If I was being funny, your insecurity would be the answer.
I think I've got one that the chat's gonna like.
We'll see. Steve.
Now I kind of want to take this a little more seriously than I did before. I kind of want to. I'm looking at some of his covers right now. Actually, I'm trying to see. Let's see.
Hidden pictures of Tom. Cats.
Oh,
Kiss.
All right. I don't know. I don't want to.
All right.
I got mine. It's not right, but I have one. All right.
What you got, Bill? Oh,
Panda. Ah, there's no way I would have got that, but I feel like
Panda.
in the after fact, I feel like I should have got that, but there's no way I could have.
It is a very DC thing.
it's a DC reference.
Ling Ling and Sing Sing.
Ling Ling. When I was a kid, it is a Washington DC, absolutely a Washington DC reference.
Oh yeah. I had a bleeding heart. You do have a good number of bleeding heart covers, which are pretty good.
Yeah, you're right.
Somebody holding entrails or a bleeding heart.
Or a skull with an eyeball.
Oh, that's good. Those are good.
I'm up next, right?
Yep.
So he said his Easter egg would be a third nipple.
Yeah, those are always fun. Superfluous nipples are always fun.
Yep. The crust of the crown.
I really wish I would have had more time, but in the sake of, I just said snake. I just took a guess.
Dom?
Yeah, I didn't even freaking get an idea of something. I just put tattoo. I put a tattoo or something like a small tattoo, a hidden tattoo.
Tattoo of a panda?
You know, and you know what? I know one of his covers had a panda on the panties that she was laying down. She had a panda on the pandas were on the.
Oh yeah, because she was not in the delusional in the delusional universe with the helmet. There's a panda on her glove. It's hanging from her right hand.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at all these now. All right, last one. Bill's contemplating his most controversial cover ever. He says, I've drawn girls with big eyes, big hair, big tatas, but I've never drawn a girl with such large blank. With such a large blank, sorry. Bill's contemplating his most controversial cover ever. He says, I've drawn girls with big eyes, big hair, big tatas, but I've never drawn a girl with such a large blank.
Okay. I gotta write this on a.
This is going to get me in trouble again with our one female viewer. or if Bill tells his female artist friends, I may never get Marissa Pope on this show.
That's tough. I mean, there's a simple answer that I can give that hopefully likely that you guys might match it. But then there's another thing that comes to me, but I've drawn that a lot and it's very big.
Monster truck. What the hell, Terry? I'm not even going to say what that. Okay.
Hey.
Nose. All right. Yeah. Okay. All right. Ears.
Terry might be onto something. You know, the one thing Zombie Tramp might be missing is a gravedigger. So.
Gravedigger. That's true.
All right. Ready for my answer?
Shoot.
Are we all ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
All right.
I think ass was too easy, so I went with hairstyle.
Oh. I went with the
Can't
easy
go wrong
answer.
with a large cloth.
All right. Dom, what do you got? We'll work our way up.
I put thighs plus ass.
There you go. That's nice.
Yeah.
I almost went with ass just because I knew it would help somebody. Somebody would match it.
Would it help
Dom,
me?
Dom, you coward. Can't believe you, Dom.
What? Can't believe me.
What you got?
Is it my turn?
Yep, it's your turn, Jedi.
Yeah.
Dom texted me and told me to say IQ.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Why are you listening to him?
And then he backs out. No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
6.
I said you draw her with a large set of teeth, i.e. rows, where we get to say close that mouth.
Nice. I took the easy way out. I just said can.
Yeah.
So
Can. Oh, yeah, that can.
so that's what I went with. That was the easy answer. So Jedi, you and Dom tied this week.
We tied. All right, I'll take it. Because usually I don't get anything right. Usually I don't win at all.
And you're the biggest Zombie Tramp going, a fan. Go figure that one, huh?
Yeah. Well, Bill,
I
appreciate.
I may be the biggest Zombie Tramp fan on this panel, but I don't know what that's really. I don't know if that's saying anything. I think I've only read like the first 6 episodes, and then I had to move on to something else. I read Purgatory this week, but we'll get into that later.
Well, we appreciate your time, Bill. We know you're still recovering. We don't want to hold you for too long. We appreciate you hanging out with us as long as you did.
Get better.
Thank you.
Yeah, hang in there. Get better.
You know what? When we talked for a half hour, then we went live. I was just like, how am I going to do this? And you know what? I appreciate it. It really, now we're So we're an hour and 48 minutes into the show, plus that, and I appreciate it. It's been inspiring. Just the communication and the interaction has. I'm not going to tell you I'm not exhausted, but I feel like this really was helpful getting on here and talking. And
I'm glad.
And kind
We're glad. We had a great time.
Hey, Bill, by chance, are you going to be in San Diego this year?
No, I don't do San Diego anymore. It's just
Okay.
too expensive. Like Artist Alley, they give you a 3-foot table. If I go again, it will be in small press, and I will probably apply next year. So it's already too late for this year, and I had intended on applying now that I have my own book, that I could promote my book in small press. But if I go back, it would be in small press, but possibly 2027. It's
What about
just
New York?
New York. I have not missed New York in 15 years. It is essential to me, New York, but you have to reapply every year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll come see you if you do come to New York. I'll come see you.
I have something for you. I have a print that I made for you for the artwork, and then you gave me a list of the covers you had. That's you, right, Joe?
No, that was Jedi, I believe.
No. Have we met before?
I don't
Have we
so.
met? Any of us met before?
I don't think in person. No.
Not me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wish.
Okay.
It would be nice. But
There's another Joe.
I'm stranded on an island.
There's another Joe that I see at New York every year who bought original art from me. And I honestly was confusing him with you.
I'm going to find that guy and just knock him out and take his OA because I love it. Having an OA collection is wonderful.
Listen,
you have a doppelganger in New York, Dom.
I have doppelgangers everywhere. Where I live now, I've had 3 people randomly come up to me and just start having conversations with me, thinking I was somebody else. I'm
serious.
Weird.
Dom Tober, you have a doppelganger who bought original art from me at New York Comic Con, and he has a very similar accent. I really thought that you were him.
All right. Listen, you know what? New York accent. Gets a lot of people. And you know what's funny?
That must be Joe Tober.
It was the real Vinny the Rod.
So is your name Dominic?
Dominic, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were Joe. I'm not going to say the last name, but I honestly thought that's who you were. I thought you were somebody else.
You know, it's funny you say that. This week I had about 2 people saying I look very familiar. And it's like I get that a lot. You know, it's just I don't know. Being on YouTube or just being New York City, I work for a hotel in Times Square, so I'm always running into people and stuff like that. So I kind of I see a lot of people.
They probably recognize you from your rants on the subway.
Dom carried your bags, probably.
Again, Bill, if you ever want to come on, shoot the shit. You always have a place here if you like. Anything you want to promote, anything like that, anytime. Feel free.
We would love for you to come on when you're feeling better to promote your next Kim Delusional
Project
3 project, whatever it is. You want to come on just to chat before MegaCon, whatever you got exclusives. We love, we consider ourselves just a local barbershop, hanging out the barbershop, shooting shit. That's what we love to do.
Yeah.
So just come on, hang
basically
out, anytime.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a lot of fun, and I really, after you contact me and I watched the episode with the wrap up, I enjoyed it. So it's I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
You know,
thank you very much, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Get healthy, buddy. Rest up. We need more Bill McKay work in the world. We need you, buddy.
Listen, I get a lot of people thinking I'm Johnny Sins from porn. Kind of that.
No.
You know?
Almost made it.
I'm sure.
Almost made it.
Right.
All right.
Thanks a lot, Bill.
Take care, Bill.
Have a
good night.
Thank you so much.
Take care, buddy.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, boys. Let's get into the show. We got a show to do still. That was a good interview. We're really appreciative of Bill knowing all the health issues that he's had and stuff like that he could hang out with us as long as he did.
Listen, freaking health is wealth, man. Freaking health, take care of your health, man. Too many people work so hard, they don't get time to sleep, and they'll do they don't get time to take care of themselves, and before you know it, they wind up working too hard and going to the hospital.
I'm glad he made it in. It was fantastic. I'm glad he had a good time. So that was good too, to see him get a little cheer out of what would have been some dark days.
Just imagine him not being sick. He would have probably been a lot more up to this and that. You know, I just like
he's recovering.
Yeah.
But that was awesome. That was awesome that he came on and did that. You know, it's awesome, man.
So all right, let's get into the show.
Who set that up? You know, that was a pretty good. Hey, listen, my computer was crashing out. I started thinking I was Styx there for a second.
I was getting some background noise, so I had you muted for a little bit. Yeah. So let's get into the show. Let's do some quick pickups. How about that?
Let's do it.
I have very little this week, so I got a little big pot for you. Little showcase.
Ooh, Inferior 5. Nice.
Yes. A little classic Aquaman.
Hey, Kingdom of Nerds, they feel sorry for you. That's why they watch you. So shut up.
And I did pick these up. I've showed some of these, but I'm working on completing the Zoe Mercer set of Mutascope cards. So if you don't know what a Mutascope is, I will show you in a second. The old Mutascope machines were the old big reels of pictures that you would spin to kind of get a moving picture. Mutascope also made these cards, and there's probably about 150, 160 of them that were all for sale in little vending machines from Mutascope for a couple cents. So
almost similar to like a Garriotype.
Yep. But Zoe Moser is one of my favorite pinups artists, and there's some Earl Moran in there as well. So I'm working on completing that set. I think I even got a picture here somewhere of what the machine looked like. There we go. That's what those machines look like, by the way, just so you know. So for 2 cents, you could at the penny arcade, you can throw in a couple pennies and get some of the most amazing pinups, because Elfgren did a ton of these. There's just a lot of DeVos did a bunch of them. So they're a fun little collectible out there. And sometimes people don't know what they are, and they can kind of go for cheap. But
are these going to be on the That's Not a Comic this week?
No, they won't be on That's Not a Comic this week.
Hey, listen, those are more sex than freaking Bruce.
What do you got, Styx?
So my niece and her boyfriend were in town during Christmas, and he was looking for something. So I was looking for something local for him. And of course, when I put in that I'm somewhere else, like all my usual things will pop up of what I usually look for. So I always go on. I look for Doctor Who, right? So they had a guy had a couple Doctor Who slabs out in Pittsburgh. Wouldn't ship them, so they were.
I couldn't pick them up. And thank God I didn't. Thank God I didn't that day, Styx, because I was going to try to pick them up on my way back to DC. And my son was car sick the whole time. So
yeah, I heard. Yep, that was fine. Hey, you were with family. That's fine. So they went down and picked them up for me. So here's what I got. I've got a this is Doctor Who Prisoners of Time number 6. This is the Colin Baker photo cover and a 9/8.
Should have told the prick to hop in his TARDIS and bring him up to you.
Yeah, right.
Right? I don't know. Yeah, well, whatever. That was great. He gave me a good deal on him.
Who doesn't ship anymore? Who doesn't ship?
He's like, I'm not shipping. I'm like, well, that's all right. I'll figure something out. And then I got an issue 7, the Sylvester McCoy photo cover, and a 9/6.
Nice.
So for $25 a slab, I was happy.
Nice.
Sweet.
So that's it. That's all I got this week. All my money went into this.
What you got, Jedi?
Well, I didn't know if we were going to do this, but okay, so here we go. So I was kind of on the small screen, but here's the when I open those bags. So I don't know who the artist is on this, but this is one of the fangers that I got out of the bag that I opened.
Oh.
Out of the blind bag. am I gonna set this shit? I do. I wish I knew who this was. This looks very familiar. Is this Lena Dye? I'm guessing. I don't know. I have to look see who that is. Maybe Lena Dye or something. I'm not sure. Same one on that one. This one I do know is Yum.
Yes.
That's a cool cover.
These are the Bill McKays that you had. Well,
Nice.
actually got these in. These are 1 and 4. These are actually it's a naughty one too. But I got these off of.
Sorry, we got to see the real ones earlier.
Yeah, these are the. I got these off the Garrett Gunn Whatnot stream. So these are Garrett Gunn's copies.
Oh, nice.
The foil copies that
Yeah.
were Garrett Gunn's comps, I guess, that he's selling. Also, I got from Garrett Gunn. I got some Dravacus. This is a 9 out of 10.
Yes, I love that cover.
Little footsie action there for Joe. And this is something I've seen leathers.
I own that one.
You got that one? I've seen leathers. I've seen metals. I've seen foils. This may be the first time. Well, definitely the first time I've owned one. This thing's starting to slide on me here. This is a wood cover. Actually, wood covered comic.
Wood indeed.
It's a Woody. Gives Woody. First for me. All right, what else? 'Cause I was kind of throwing this stuff together. I got an Absolute Wonder Woman. I don't know which one this is, but this is a EOM. Did the remark and signature on that one.
There you go.
Not the one everybody wants. I think this might be 13. Can't remember.
Yeah, but that one holds a remark a little better with the background.
Speaking of Dravacus, last week I did a stellar review of Ho Alone. No, I did do a stellar review of that, but also what was the other one I did? Caroline, some Christmas Caroline or something. This was the Dravacus Caroline,
which was the only reason to buy that book.
That's the only reason I bought it. Actually, I got another. My Kickstarter hasn't come in yet. I got this from Garrett Gunn, actually. Make sure I did cover these up, but there's also the boobies and the Everything's Naughty list. And last thing I got, and I didn't get a chance to bring this up while Bill was on, I got this from Ali Garza. So this is an Ali Garza cover. It is signed by Bill because even though it's an Ali Garza cover, Bill's in the background. He's right.
Nice.
I'm trying to get the glare. Bill's right there.
He sticks.
So he did sign it.
Yeah.
So I actually picked that up off of one of Ali Garza's streams. That's all I got this week. I just threw it together in like 30 seconds. So that's it.
What you got, Dom?
All I know is Drew McIntyre, champion. Told you. Anyway.
I see that.
don't know
I
what
see that.
means.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I got a couple of books. Void Rivals. I actually like this cover.
Nice.
Pretty cool cover on this. You got this Amazing Spider-Man cover. The Goblins, Vin. Everything with the Goblins. I was able to get the last issue of Boba Fett. 2 regular covers and the 1 in 25. I got the 1 in 25 Amazing Spider-Man, Hobgoblin cover. I missed out on the Amazing Spider-Man with Stitch that I wanted, but I got the Fantastic Four Stitch.
There you go.
I got Moreland on the cover of Spider-Man 94, the animated series comics, which pretty good, continuing the 90s cartoon that was on Channel 5. Able to pick up they got these amazing Vision covers that are coming out for Amazing Spider-Man, reenacting all the Spider-Man like milestones and stuff. And then I got this one with the Goblin. You got a 1 in 100 is too. I didn't pick that up. Then I actually picked up a couple of more Mark Spear blind bags just to see what I would get.
I saw your IG post on that.
Yeah, so I really didn't get a lot. I got this cover.
I don't hate that cover though. I mean,
I got this cover again, but I did get the deranged Christmas Joel Doolin cover. Gotta figure.
I was thinking. I think everyone. Of course, there's like 700 freaking covers, but I think you could pick out one of his covers that would fit just about every one of us.
I got 2 covers. And listen, Bruce, for a terrible taste. If you look at the mirror, you're a terrible taste. Just look at that.
Whoa.
There, got that cover.
Yeah, say like that. That could be. Let's see. That's me. Put a beard on. Put a beard on that guy. That's me. That's me right there.
I actually like this cover right here. Zombie coming
There's
out.
Styx. See, we got Styx. We got all of us right there.
I got that.
That's Bruce and Dom together. That cover.
That's Bruce and Dom waking me up in the morning.
Yeah, definitely, man. I got this Yole part. It's like a little model kit, Soundwave.
Soundwave.
And then I was able to get this. And one day I will get the original.
Whatever.
I will definitely get the original down the road. Vintage, one of my grails to pick up. I got the reissued Soundwave.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
This was available in Walmart, reissued, sold out. But of course, the damage there, little crease right here. But I was able to pick it up, and eventually I will definitely get the real thing down the road.
There you go.
Sweet.
There you go.
Nice.
But other than that, that's about it, man. I have some stuff in the works that are coming and
Nice.
getting ready, but it's all good.
All right. Well, let's get into the meat, if you will, of the show. I do, like I said, no OLI anymore, man. No OLI. So you're stuck with.
I'm drinking. I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day.
So you're stuck with the Just Looking In, where Joe, myself, decides whatever the hell I feel like showing in terms of books that I find interesting for the week.
You guys will just suck it up and take it.
Hey, Joe.
And whatever number of books.
Joe, last week, you talked about the G.I. Joe books?
That was loud.
On eBay. I found them on eBay, and it's they're expensive. There's some price.
Yes, they are not cheap. They are not cheap.
Joe went back to the loud version. I see.
Yeah.
Yes. I got some cheaper fare for you this week. So this week I went to AC Comics, home of FemForce, home of Good Girl Quarterly, home of fantastic characters and a lot of fun.
I was going to say hello to Mama. Hello, Mama.
So up first, I got FemForce 19. This is actually the first published Greg Horn artwork. So out of all the FemForce books, this is the one you want to kind of shoot for. Still not a horribly expensive book. You can still find this book for like $11, $20 here and there. But it's one of those books where a lot of times somebody will sell a FemForce lot, and that book will be buried in there. So it's one to look out for. It's one that often slips into cheaper bins and stuff like that sometimes. But so if you're a Greg Horn fan, FemForce 19, something to look for. On the more expensive side, Femzine. This is actually your first FemForce 1 appearance. This zine from Paragon Publications is not an easy find. It's definitely gonna cost you 3 digits if you find it, especially in good shape, but is a fantastic Bill Black cover. And if you're a FemForce fan, it is a good one to hunt for because it's not easy to find. There's a good Sheena pinup in there as well. If you're like me and you love all things Betty Page and like to chase some good Betty Page stuff, Good Girl Art Quarterly is a good, cheap way to pick up a cool Betty Page book. There is a lot of photo Betty stuff in this Good Girl Art Quarterly as well.
Joe, you say you like Betty Page, but I saw you bidding on some Betty Page the other day.
They were sudden deaths. They were sudden deaths.
I'm done. Just one more dollar. Just one more dollar.
I couldn't get it.
I'm like, just one more dollar. Yo,
I was hitting it. But they were sudden deaths. I do. I love my Betty. I love
I
Betty.
feel bad for you. I was like, yeah.
I was pissed
No.
because that Betty in Bondage that I got outbid on, I was pissed because I really needed that book to complete the set.
I could hear
I hate
Joe
sudden
yelling.
deaths. The sudden deaths make me so angry.
You can't do it like, listen, I mean, the sudden death. You can't. It's not like eBay. You can't like super snipe somebody at the last minute.
You can max bids.
There were 5-second auctions, Jedi. They were by the time you go to do the custom bid to set a higher bid, the auction was over. I was trying. Trust me.
Cut and paste $1 million. $1 million.
Yeah, I was a little pissed off. But this is a good book to find cheap. You can find this for under $10. A lot of these AC books, sometimes you can find them very cheap, and sometimes people try to sell them for a significant amount of money online. But they're books you can find cheap if you're looking for them. So for all you Betty fans, this is definitely a good one. There's a lot of Betty in this book. I love my Femforce.
You're hitting it.
And just there's 3 issues of Good Girl Comics. So Good Girl Quarterly, issue 16, 17, and 18 turns to Good Girl Comics. These are just fun ones to look out for. This is a book that can frequently sell $15 to $20 on 17. So it's one of those ones again that can often slip into those dollar bins. So it's something to keep your eye out for this week. So it's the 4 books I have for you this week. Just a little bit of AC stuff that's out there. Again, stuff you can find cheap. And if you like Femforce, it's good stuff. There's a very good Hughes-esque comedy and appeal to it in terms of a lot of the covers. A lot of good stuff. So go out there and get it.
Cool.
As a reminder, hey, Kyle and Nibia's Kickstarter or GoFundMe is still out there as well. So I know Kyle appreciates any help you guys are giving him out there, and I know he appreciates it. For Comic Now later this week, it was a very non-sexual this week for me. So I have Poison Ivy 40 in here. This is the cover E. This Dibier Kato. I'm not familiar with this artist. I don't think they have a huge bunch of stuff. I think I brought this up on my What's Coming in 2026. I just like when I see an artist I'm not familiar with and I don't see a big back catalog of their work of anything, I just kind of like to pick up those covers because you never know where that person's going to go and pick up their early work. So I enjoyed that. There's a new series out, Axicab. There's a fun David Hutchinson cover, and there's kind of an EC-esque type cover on the A cover as well. So if you want some fun horror, looks like it's maybe I think there's at least 2 stories in it. So I'm not sure whether this is going to work out like an anthology type horror sort series, but hey, it seems to be a cool thing now. And of course, the Jughead facsimile came out this week, and I love a good London Calling homage. So, and I love a good Archie facsimile. So, pick that up. And for later,
like a good play on words.
You know what? Thundercats has been a pretty horrible book, but that's a really sexy Frillo cover. And I don't know what else.
That's Frillo? Oh, I was going to say, I thought that was Carl. If you'd asked me, I would have said Carla too. I thought it was Carla.
Too, but it's Frillo.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's a good sexy cover. I also put Spirit of the Shadows 3. Issue 1, I think, is coming out, I think this month, very soon. Nick Cagnetti did Pink Lemonade. I really enjoy his art style. There's a very kind of fun, mildly Kirby-esque appeal to the way he does a lot of his art as well. A lot of fun stuff. So I know, Mama. I know. It's tough.
We're all surprised.
But it's a cool series, and all the covers are good from 1, 2, and I really just enjoyed this cover on 3 as well. So I figured I'd throw that one up there. And I showed during our What's Coming in 2026 the EOM
Styx
Lobo cover, but the 1 in 25 for Lobo #1 that's going to be coming, pretty good. Lobo's going to be a hot thing for a while, so that
Thundercats looks good.
Yeah, it does.
The Thundercats that came out just now, the other one, which is hard. That's a really cool, nice cover too. with a really drawn well.
Yeah, they've been doing great covers, but unfortunately the insides have been not so interesting. For my tops and tails this week, I went with Palace of the Golden Princess, number 5. Scott Harbin has.
I just backed this. I just backed this.
Yes,
That girl is on fire.
All of his covers, like I said, it was one of my top covers from last year. Was number 1 of this that he did. I thought it was just a stunning and amazing cover. Every one of them has been fantastic. They're not the easiest things to find. So,
did you read the? Did you back this, or do you just like this cover?
Oh yeah, no, I back it. I've been backing it since number 1.
Okay, have you read it?
No, I'm saving them all, and I'm going to read it like a train.
I think I backed just the digital copy, to be honest with you, because I read what it was about, and I'm like, this would be a great thing for me to do my weekly reading on the show, is because it's like dungeon. It's like an X-rated. It reads like it's an X-rated Dungeons and Dragons. It reads like an X-rated Stranger Things in a way. It's like crazy. It's
and
like with 18 and older.
If you fund through the Kickstarter, there's always kind of one spicier cover that's available through the Kickstarter that's not available because these release normally too. So like you can go onto Midtown and you can find this book because it does release into LCSs as well. But when they release a Kickstarter, they normally have like one cover that's an exclusive for Kickstarter. But like I said, the Harbin stuff has been fantastic. Naked chick walking through fire every time.
Nice.
It is a winner.
That is my parties I attend to. Naked chicks walking through fire.
Yeah. Why not? So Jedi, who do we got this week? You gave us a tamer.
Yeah, went a little tamer this week because we didn't know if Bill was still gonna, Bill was gonna stick around for the entire show, how he was gonna feel, and so we went a little tamer because we didn't want to, put
Jedi,
Bill through.
are you kidding me? He draws zombie tramp.
I know. We played it safe. Not that this isn't a beautiful young lady, though. She's just more. This lady, she's just less letting it all hang out there and more like,
she's a little more R, not NC-17.
She's very beautiful, and 2, she really takes the cosplay part of it more seriously than, hey, look at my tits type thing. There you go.
I don't know how I feel about that, but
yeah, we're not gonna have the Joe slide this week, but rest assured, barring the end of the world, we'll always have next week. So, all right. So, Allison Tabitha is our cosplayer of the week. Here we have
first
her.
Names.
Here we have her as Supergirl. Pretty good Supergirl. Here we have her as Avatar. Yeah.
She does go all out. I'll give her that much.
Yeah, she does high quality, I think. I mean, good quality cosplay here. Poison Ivy.
Oh, she looks good as
And yeah. Here she is as Shazam, or one of the
Miss
Marvel.
Mary Marvel.
Mary Marvel, yeah.
Mary Marvel.
Yeah. And here we have a trio of I can never remember her name from
Lulu Dallas Multipass.
Yeah. And then we have Beetlejuice Girl and Harry Potter Girl. That's about the best you're gonna. That's the best you're gonna get out of me. Beetlejuice Girl and Harry Potter.
I'll say Hermione because I don't want to let down Mama Bear.
Hermione. Okay, sorry, Mama Bear.
Yeah, and
Mama Bear knows I can't remember names, so she expects no better from me. Okay. And then lastly, hopefully I get these names right. We have Princess Leia, Padme,
Queen Amidala, and Rey.
Right. Thank you, Doc.
Yeah. She
And
looks
she makes
good.
a pretty good.
She looks good.
It's pretty good.
That's a nice
every
Ray
one of them.
Palpatine. That's
You
a
know
very
what?
nice Ray Palpatine.
You know what? I'll take her Ray over Ray any day. Give me her. I'll take her. Now, if she dressed like Dark Talon or Leia in a slave outfit, she'd be figured.
She does do well, Cosmic. You're right. Thank you, Cosmic. It's not all TNA every week.
Yeah.
9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. Yeah, but not every week. But probably the remaining 50. How many weeks in a year? 52,
52 weeks.
52.
The remaining 51 weeks we're probably there. But that's it for this week. We always end it with Star Wars when we
Right.
can.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Our cosplayer of the week. Oh my God.
This was a rough one this week.
This was a tough one.
Do you want
Go
me to do
for
the
it.
1 minute? I'm going to just do the 1 minute Vampy. You could fill in the
Ah,
holes. I'm sure there are plenty. So we had some
Great
good
covers. I like the covers. Yeah.
Yeah, Perillo, you had Chu, you had your Linsner, you had your Chizotis, you had a nice Selena incentive on there as well.
Even had a Shikari.
Yeah, you had a Shikari, and luckily, she was clothed, so we didn't have
No
to see
boob-
the Shikari.
No
cage
nips. Yeah, no
Yeah.
nips.
So
Kept the nips covered.
That was I'm happy with the covers, but then I opened up the book. It was a jump around goddamn thing. We get Vampy going out for a date, trying to get set up for a blind date. Apparently, she runs into Adam Driver, who's a warlock. This is a story that just is like, hey, we're going to fill in some backstory, and we're going to just give you like 2 pages. Then we're going to jump ahead a bunch of years.
Well,
We're going to jump ahead a couple years.
This was like the first 7 pages or 8 pages of all this were back. This is all like a flashback, right?
Yes.
All of this was a flashback.
Yes.
Or a memory of this digital virus thing was forcing her into. Anyway.
Yeah. So she becomes sweet on Adam Driver. And then she's at one point with Victory and this guy and herself in the bed, and then
Menage a trois.
Yeah,
as it
then all of
were.
a sudden they're on a beach, and she's explaining to him that if I didn't love you, I'd bang the shit out of
Well,
you.
yeah, so they were in bed together, but apparently there was no sex because he's trying to bang her, but she won't bang him because she loves him. If she didn't love him, she'd be like rocking his world, right? But so they were in bed together, but no hanky-panky.
So I'm asking, do you think they pulled this from prior issues of Vampirella?
I don't know.
I wasn't sure because I know the art changes. There's definitely different artists
I don't know.
in some of the panels, but we run through all this bullshit, and then we're kind of close to where we are in the timeline where the plane went down, and then she looks and sees she's looking for Benny because I guess he was supposed to be on that plane or something, but she sees him there and she believes that he was dead.
Not
She
wrong,
gets
Mama.
pissed off thinking that he's just an illusion created
Yeah,
by
she
this
thinks it's
algorithm.
Yeah.
So she rips apart the robot. She grabs Betty by the neck because she's pissed and doesn't think it's him. And then all of a sudden it cuts to this shit
Yeah.
where we got this little girl and chaos. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. And then we find out that Benny isn't really Benny, but he is kind of Benny, created from whatever that was in Vampy's brain, whatever the hell. And then all of
But
a
he
sudden,
thinks he's Benny. He thinks he's Benny.
he's Benny. And then all of a sudden, at the end, we get a reveal of the godlike evil character. I guess evil. I don't know. So we get the big chaos reveal at the end. So that's what we got. It was not good, but I felt obligated to do it because we had we'd been sticking with it. And if anything, we're men of consistency. Jedi warned me. Jedi warned me. He's like, I'll do it, but I don't really want to. I was like,
I read this. I read this I think before Joe did, and then I told Joe, I was like, I thought because Joe was busy, and I said, hey man, I thought about, oh no, because your son was sick, and you were running around, and I was like, hey man, I thought about telling you that I would do the slides for this, and then I read it, and I was like, fuck that, I ain't volunteering for that shit. You guys, this is a mess, man. I don't know what we are doing here. I have no idea where this thing is going. I
did get a footnote. We did get a footnote, and I do want to go back to the old Warren Vampirella Volume 8 and see what was in that damn thing.
God, we should
see if that shines any light on things. I don't want to, but I feel
this thing is, I don't mind the occasional footnote, but when it becomes homework, when reading every issue of Vampirella requires homework, it's a problem to me. To me, it's a problem. So this thing is just right now. I said, I think last week or the week before, that I am that close to giving up on Red Sonja Reborn or Sonja Reborn. I am that close to giving up on this one, and we'll just stick with the fun, Armageddon and Blood Red things, and see what else comes down the pipe.
On this, I don't understand. Are we on a new story arc? I still don't know if this is a new story arc or a continuation of the very beginning.
I think maybe we are. I think maybe you were right, because we haven't heard anything else about these other aliens or ancient ones. We haven't heard anything else about them. They didn't defeat them at the end of the arc, but we haven't heard anything else about them since. So I don't know. I don't have a clue. I don't know what's going on.
So love you, Vampy, but this week you made it hard. You made it real hard.
Not good.
Yeah.
Great covers. Great covers. Yeah.
Great covers. Fantastic.
Covers.
And really quick, figured Home Alone's Daniel Stern cited for soliciting prostitution. Nice, right?
That doesn't happen more often.
We don't like
He got caught. He got caught, huh? Okay.
Shit happens. All right, now for what you're really waiting for.
Wait, it's called the Wet Bandit.
It's time for the That's Not a Comic. That's not a comic. Salia comic. Salia. It's time for the That's Not a Comic. That's not a comic. Salia comic. Salia comic. Oh, cool. Sale of the week.
So I'm going to let you guys in on something. Now, Joe's already in on the joke, and we try our best to share it with you, but we're just going to come right out and say it. That's Not a Comic has become nothing more than, let's just keep the streak going. That's all it is now.
It's a challenge. It's
just all it is. We don't care. We don't care what we throw in front of you. It's just.
It is a pure test
going. Yep. This week we have vitamins, but every week someone.
This was a great one. I was happy.
Did you? Okay. Every week someone seems to enjoy it, so thank you to those that are kind enough to say so. This week we have vitamins. So first of all, we have Flintstones vitamins. This sale was actually 2 in 1. We have a 1969 glass bottle that is still on card. And we have a 1984 daily vitamin card, punch card. Both are new and unused. I did like that the seller and creator of this listing said not for consumption. So thank you.
Thank you. Because some dumbass
needed to say it. Someone needed to say it. I'm probably that dumbass. I've chewed like 30-year-old gum before out of football cards. So yeah, I'm probably that dumbass.
Yeah.
But that's sugar. That's just nothing but sugar. This is like
that's pure sugar.
This is like iron, protein, and zinc and shit. God knows what that shit does over.
Let's be fair. It's mostly sugar.
Mostly sugar. You're right. This sold for a fixed price of $139. Our first one of the year, January 1st of this year. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'll go ahead and say it now. My mom was not, much like my mom was not a sweet cereal purchaser. She wasn't one to buy me the Captain Crunch and the fruity cereals. She wasn't down for this commercialized vitamin bullshit either. She got me like the whatever was like the generic swallow it or it tastes like shit, you know.
You're taking
Fucking-
1 days in
We got
Centrums.
Flintstone
Yeah.
kids, 10,000
Yeah, no.
young and growing.
She didn't get me the stuff you chew it and it tastes good. She got me the stuff you swallow it because if you bite into it, you're gonna taste it all day.
Listen, hey Jedi, growing up, were you a big
You
cereal
can't
kid?
just swallow it. You don't get vitamins.
Hey Jedi, were you
Yeah.
a big cereal kid growing up?
Yeah, I had but not the sweet stuff. My mom,
Like you
my
never
mom
had
would
like
not buy the
Frosted
sweet
Flakes growing up, or Dig 'em Smacks, or
my grandmother would buy Frosted Flakes, and if I was lucky enough to stay with my grandmother, I got Frosted Flakes. But my mom was like,
cereal was Raisin
my
Bran.
mom was like Chex. My mom was a Chex mom. She'd buy the Chex stuff.
You know, the funny thing is that Raisin Bran always got a bad rap because the raisins were sugary, but the whole fact is that Raisin Bran actually is one of the healthier cereals out there because of the brand, even though it is processed, but it's better than freaking Lucky Charms and better than freaking Frosted Flakes, better than
Yeah.
And I always used to grab the raisins, take the raisins out, and throw the brand flakes back in.
Yeah. Well, we got a new food pyramid now, so we drink beer and wine for breakfast. I'm joking. Flintstone Vitamins Daily Checklist. This was a promotional. I don't think it came. I tried to find out how you actually got this, and it was very unclear. It might have been a mail away, but it was a promotional thing for Flintstone Vitamins. It was a checklist.
No, not a mail away, Jedi. I think it was you go to the stores when you go to like the pharmacies, or back in the day when they had Flintstone kids.
You got one with a purchase or something.
I think you got it at purchase.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything that would actually definitively say how you got it. But this was by Miles Laboratories. It's 1986, according to the research. The listing didn't say. No, for a 40, 50-year-old thing, a little under $20 for a fixed price.
I'm gonna say thank you for putting that picture of Wilma with the fat dumper on there.
It got such a great response last time I used it again.
Because,
last time it was a moving. Yeah.
Twerking Wilma.
Yeah. Last time I used it in the toy segment, and it was moving. It was a GIF last time. Got such a great response. I thought I'd throw it up there again. But yeah, I think a lot of these things. For these anyway, I mean, I guess maybe we're going to see. I guess maybe people do collect vitamin memorabilia, but
based on the next one, yeah, somebody must.
People collect everything, dude. Everything.
Yeah, I think what I'm saying is we have Flintstones. Who collected the checklist? Probably a Flintstone collector. Probably, if I had to, place a wager. But this next one, definitely a vitamin collector. I would think we have PAL supplement vitamin from the 1970s. This was a Bristol Myers. It is open. It is empty. It looks like it's glass. I could not find anything that would
that's
say.
Definitely glass.
Yeah. This sold for $90.
Yeah,
off a fixed price. So I'm assuming either somebody really needed this for their collection, or maybe this isn't readily available. Maybe this is not maybe it's regional. Maybe it's, I don't know. But yeah, $90. A little surprising that this sold for $90 for an empty one. Next we have, let me see. I got it. Let me drive it. Next we have E.T.
Nice.
Children's Chewable Vitamins. This is 1983 Squib. You have E.T. holding the bottle of vitamins.
Bristol Myers. Yeah, Bristol Myers.
Yeah.
Bristol Myers Squib.
You don't want to look all gray in the creek. You want to be a healthy ET.
Yeah. This is a plastic bottle, still on card, as you can see. 6 bids on this one, so this one actually went for auction. $57. This was on December 6th.
Yeah,
So
the extra testicle.
Yeah, the bubble's getting yellow, as you can see, but yeah, still on card. So. And then what might look like a box of Pepto-Bismol at first glance. Nope, it's a Pac-Man chewable multivitamin plus iron from 1982 by Rexall. Still in the box. Yeah.
I can't believe that's so cheap.
Yeah, again, probably a Pac-Man collector, I would think. I'm sure it's a lot of Pac-Man collectors out there. A little under $30 for back in October on a fixed price. And again, vitamin collector, no doubt. Shocks multivitamin. This fruit flavored Shocks multivitamin. This is from these ran from the 60s to the 70s. It's from Miles Laboratories. This is a glass bottle, still on card. This particular one was a $75 fixed price back in December 7th. And I threw it up there. It's kind of small, so I'll read it for you if you can't. You also had a couple of just bottles, not on a card, but sealed. A couple of sales, both from this one I think was $47.99. Another one, and that could have actually been the same one for all I know. But there was another sale of $40, the same type of bottle, Chalks. It was sealed in full. For about a month later, one sold for about $40. So, multivitamin collectors, ladies and gentlemen, they are out there.
I question Chalk's marketing. I don't know if I want my children to look like someone from The Hills Have Eyes.
The child on the right, I stared at that trying to figure out what he's doing. It looks like
kneeling there.
I think I saw him in a very special episode of Quantum Leap. You know the episode.
It looks like I don't know what he's doing. Is he getting up off of a seat of something? I don't know what he's doing there. Anyway, it's just I don't know. But anyway, yeah, actually, that's a good something a doctor might collect. Yeah, for their little
possibly,
or a pharmacist or something like that.
Or a nutritionist maybe. I don't know.
It's a good guess. Good guess. Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Again, we've kept the streak alive, and that's
there you go.
Living.
Next week, doorknobs.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
If I can find them, don't
Actually,
sell them short.
The cabinet knobs. You get the cabinet knobs. I don't know the cabinet, the special ones.
If I get desperate.
Victorian.
We're lucky enough this week to be graced with something from Styx. So
you are not having a massive stroke. It's just trivia with Styx. You did not suffer a debilitating head wound. It's just trivia with Styx.
It's not CTE or PTSD.
It's just trivia with Styx.
And while Styx is waiting to be unmuted from his delay, I will regale you with something I learned, which is a very valuable lesson this week. If you're ever very gassy at night, do not go to sleep with a weighted blanket. I literally made a fart sarcophagus last night. It was awful. It was absolutely awful. So there's my advice.
Where's our the more you know
tip of the week?
Blurb. The more you know.
Yeah.
All right. This week, it's a quick one this week. Nothing trivial, but I figured it's kind of a big week for facsimiles, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we know what you mean.
So this week's facsimile of the week, there's a couple actually this week. We talked about Jughead earlier, but they decided to redo the Superman Amazing Spider-Man Treasury Edition this week.
I like the Ross.
There is one book I want.
The Ross is really nice.
It's Spider-Man punching Lex Luthor and Superman's flying and the Green Goblin's behind him. I want that cover. I want that cover. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So for the 50th, they're $20. There's the Ross, there's the regular, then you get the $22 blank that you can get, which I think is kind of cool. I would get the blank, get someone to
They're
do
the ridiculous size
on
too,
there.
Right?
They're the Treasury Edition size.
Okay, I think I might have one. So while you're doing that, I'll go check, so people can see
they're
the
Treasury
ridiculous
Edition
size as you continue here.
Yeah. I have the second one. I have the one with Doom. I don't have this one.
Hey, it came out this week. It came out this week.
This came out this week.
Oh, I gotta go. I gotta go to the store.
Oops. Hold on, let's go back one slide. Somebody moved it. Okay. That was right. Okay, so first off, as far as sales went, I decided to go back to the 1976 version to see how sales were going for that, as opposed to why they might be. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I don't know if they're this size or not, but this is ridiculous. I didn't even know what the hell I was buying, but it is so huge.
Yeah,
compare that to a regular comic. It is massive.
You gotta find a different comic box. You gotta put it in. Come on, man.
I have nowhere to put.
They do make treasury boxes. They do make treasury boxes.
It has been floating around my collection on top of long boxes for a while.
Yeah, if you don't have a specific size box for those, they are obtusely huge. So
yeah.
As far as like the 76 ones, this was an offshoot that I found while researching. This is the Superhoman versus Ohoman Aranha. This is the Brazilian foreign that sold recently for $68 American. Foreign books have had their ups and downs in the last 3-4 years.
I love foreign books. I think they're hard to get the newsstands because foreign books, think about it. Most of the countries that some of these books come from, the humidity, the weather, damage, you can't find them.
Right.
They're hard to find, man. And that's why I think
you really got to keep up on them. I've missed a couple that I've wanted in the past month just because they don't list them correctly, or they don't, or I just flat out miss them. So this is an interesting purchase here.
I have no clue where I got the bag and board. Well, sorry,
it
came bagged and boarded.
There is a Batman. Was it a Daredevil? I think it's Daredevil Lobo, German book. It was a German, and it's like impossible to find. Every time I see prices, $500, $600. It was a Daredevil on the cover with Lobo. I think, if I can't remember, but it's from Germany. So
I'll have to look, because I look overseas a lot for this stuff. So
I'm always buying the Star Wars like variants and Hobgoblin covers.
Yeah.
Foreign books.
All right. As far as regulars, most of the sales for these I made that too small. Shit. They're going for like you got 55, 84, 85, 61, and a 41. They're still going for roughly, what's that, 58 on the average. The $4.99 one there was a Stan Lee signed one, so that's that's not really, but that's outlier. An interesting buy there to get it. So I mean, they're not out of price, but they're not they're not $20 either. So, and it's not one that's gotten reprinted a lot either. Sometimes you get books that they seem like they get facsimiles every 3 years or every 2 years.
Yeah.
And then on a high sale, the 79 sold for $350, or 76 sold for what they graded at the 9.4 at $350 Canadian. Oh, well, that's American, but it was out of Canada. So not bad there as far as that goes. It's, facsimiles are if the book is out of price for most people, I get doing the facsimile. If it's still a within reach book,
that's the thing.
Or if it's not
book
culturally significant, at the time.
Every book. Look at this. So you got to think about this. Amazing Spider-Man. Look how many reprints and facsimiles that they have done for books. And then they have variants on top of that. So if you get a reprint of a book, they're going to have variant covers for that reprint book too. So it's a cash grab, but at the same time, if you're a completist, you got to go crazy for the freaking books.
Yeah. I really wish they would switch up what they call those things. They're not, if you're going to do a facsimile and throw a different cover on it, call it a reprint. Don't call it a facsimile. You can call the facsimile.
I agree.
But everything else to me is reprint. So,
all right. Well, I mean, and like I said, there was a Justice League, the Brave and the Bold Justice League that came out with a facsimile this week. That had been reprinted or facsimile like 5 times in the last 5 years. And then different covers.
Easy cash grabs. I understand sometimes when you have like, okay, well, you're doing your new Hush storyline, so maybe you reprint Hush out there for people that get it whenever. But and it's mostly a cash grab, but
absolutely.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Yeah. We can avoid it if we're adults. We can avoid it if we so choose.
Correct.
So, all right, Jedi, you got some collectibles for us this week?
Very few, but yeah, I got 3 or 4 slides, but yeah, enough that we'll.
Coming soon, collectibles. Dom might have helped a tiny bit.
All right. So first of all, a catch up, if you will, or an update, I guess, from last week. Because you remember last week was a catch up from 2 weeks. But we do have an update of the RoboCop, which we only had like a sneak peek that dropped on Christmas. But now we do have more of what we're going to get with the RoboCop. We're going to get with the of course, with the RoboCop and the Annie, we're going to get, guns and stuff like that. But, what do we care about? We care about Toxic Emil. What are we going to get with him? We're going to get a TV with, I'd buy that for $1. Of course,
I'm excited about that. That's awesome.
We're going to get that. I think that's what everybody wanted. I think people might have been upset if you didn't get that. And then we're going to get the computer terminal or whatever that was, where I forgot. I don't even care about that. I'd buy that for $1. That's all anybody cares about.
That's fantastic. That makes me happy.
Yeah. So this is an update. So I still didn't say anything about any pre-order dates or anything like that, but we are get a glimpse at some of the accessories that are going to come with the action figures. We have
not this week, Tyson. Not this week.
I know what you did last summer. Not a whole lot with this. We get the slasher dude, and looks like we get 1 extra hook. I don't care. I put this in here because any excuse to have a 90s Jennifer Love Hewitt, I'm going to take it. Words cannot define the crush that young Jedi had on this young Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah, I know.
Nerd freaking Kennedy freaking got her. The Kennedy.
I block. I can block. I can tunnel things out. I can even tunnel what she looks like now. In 911 or whatever show she's in now or whatever. Age does that. I don't look like but I. Like what was that movie she was in where she was of course I know what you did last summer, but then there was that movie where she was at the party and the guy had a crush on her. What was that? I can't think of the name of that movie, but someone in the chat knows. Anyway,
I thought you would have gone back to Party of 5. Story.
Huh?
I thought you would have gone back to Party of 5 in those days of Jennifer Love Hewitt.
I never really watched Party of 5. One time there was a movie where she was like the crush and she broke up with her boyfriend and this other guy was getting ready to join the army or go to some art college or some shit, and they kept he wrote her a letter, and I got the DVD downstairs. But anyway, Can't Hardly Wait. I knew Tyson knew what it was. Can't Hardly Wait. Oh my God, I can't describe the crush I had on there. Anyway, so any opportunity I have to throw in a hot Jennifer Love Hewitt gift, you can bet your pension.
Now all we can think of is young Jedi turning socks into boomerangs.
Hard to move on from that, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. All right, this is a coming soon from NECA. Unfortunately, it is an action figure of the Fisherman Slasher and not Jennifer Love Hewitt. So sorry.
Boo.
Maybe next time. All right, we have and some more cool stuff. We have Thrilljoy coming out with Battlestar Galactica, the 70s Battlestar Galactica Cylon Pixie vinyl figures. We have the regular Cylon. I guess we have a gold Cylon. I find it hard to remember the gold Cylon. My memory's old, but I guess was there a
They were
gold
only in a few
Cylon?
episodes.
Was
It
there?
was
Okay.
only in a few episodes. Yeah.
Okay, and then we have the Lucifer robot droid thing, which
Yep.
So
I still can't get over. I'm staring at a Cylon jacket, right in the middle of that frame there.
he's playing poker or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so these are pre-order alerts. So these are available for pre-order. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I thought these were cool. I used to watch Battlestar Galactica.
Thrilljoy had a few. They have like 6 or 7 that are coming out in the next couple of weeks. There goes my money.
I can tell you one thing for sure. If you ever meet Dirk Benedict, don't call him Face Man and only refer to him as Face Man. He didn't like that at all.
Listen, let me tell you something. I think friggin' Styx is rubbed off on my computer because I'm having a hell of a time.
My just like that Cylon there.
He rubbed off on your computer.
just
God.
like that Cylon.
Gain access to your house to rub off on your computer.
Keep going off. I think he's freaking goddamn.
He keeps going off on your computer too. Oh
Yeah.
God, Styx.
Yeah, Styx.
Boundaries.
Hey,
Boundaries.
I saw Dirk Benedict in a con, and it's like after he had the cancer.
I saw him at a B. Dalton's bookseller. There was nobody in the mall except for me and my 4 friends. Nobody else there. And I would only call him Face Man. And he did not like that at all. He was promoting his book on overcoming his cancer.
Well, that's like
Oh, you're kind of a troll, aren't you?
going to see Lando Calrissian.
Face Man.
If we can go Billy D. Williams and bring in a Coke 45 bottle. That's the same thing, you know. That you do that.
Please don't call me Face Man. Okay, Face Man.
Murdoch. Is he still
I love
crazy?
it when a plan comes together.
All right, and I think lastly we have a Scream backpack because people collect backpacks.
They do.
This is by BioWorld.
Mhm.
Another GIF I love to put in there, and I will every chance I get, is that was even though it's a completely different movie, I don't care. This is a pre-order alert. It is on Entertainment Earth if you like it. And that is it for this week. Kind of a slow week, but I don't know. Had enough that I figured we'd throw something in there.
We're gonna talk
That is
about
it.
talk about one thing. So there was a collaboration for Turtles that dropped this week, and it's the most obscure collaboration. G.I. Joe and Turtles are making a lot of toys. Playmate's losing their license, and Playmate is.
I had time.
So we're gonna be getting a Cobra Commander, freaking Shredder, a Destro Krang, which they've been talking about it, and they thought it was AI video, like AI mock-up, but it was not AI mock-up. It's actually a real thing that's coming out sometime this year.
Nice.
So Turtles are going to collaboration with G.I. Joe.
Didn't they do a Turtles
Monsters.
Masters of the Universe?
Yeah, no, they did Turtles.
one?
Turtles, yeah, they had that. They had Transformers, Master Universe. So it's a big year for collabs. But G.I. Joe, kind of like you put in the Turtles are dressing up as characters from G.I. Joe, which is it's actually pretty cool.
Only,
Vehicles. They're gonna have vehicles.
only for you, Mama Bear. Only for you, Mama Bear. I will look this up. It is. Who is it? Mama Bear was asking. It is $32 before tax and all that other stuff. But it's $32.
It's not bad. It's not bad for
Not bad.
backpack collectors. Yeah, not too bad. So what are we reading this week? Dom, did you read anything this week?
Nope.
There you go. Jedi, I know you were reading some Purgatory.
Did I read anything? So a reason that I will get into on a later week, I decided to find out a little more about Purgatory. So first of all, I had to kind of like Google, if it's okay, Styx, for me to use Google. I had to
Google
Google's fine. Okay. I had to Google like where's the best place to start with to find out about purgatory. So Google gave me like three, well, actually kind of gave me two. They gave me the original, I want to say it's like from the early 2000s Chaos run. And then I think it gave me like the 2017-ish Dynamite run. So I decided to start with what you see first there from your left, the white cover, or with the red, the white with the white background cover, is the early 2000 something Chaos Purgatory #1. It is a black and white, and it's a black and white inside, and there is a lot going on inside there. A lot. It was very chaotic, which is, no pun intended, I guess, as far as it's chaos, but I could not make heads or tail hardly of what was going on. I couldn't understand. I felt like I was missing stuff that I felt like there was background information that I should have known that I just didn't understand. So I kind of read through it, but I kind of made up my mind that no, this is not the one that I think I'm gonna keep reading. So I decided, I knew Evil Ernie Revenge #1 was the first appearance of Purgatory. So I said, let me go read Evil Ernie Revenge #1, which is the center comic there. I read through that only to find out that Purgatory has like a one-page silhouette.
That was no help.
Yeah, where she's battling Lady Death, and there's really not a whole lot of mention of her at all, other than she's kind of haunting Lady Death's dreams. Now that being said, it is a pretty good. I only read Evil Dead Revenge. I only read Evil Ernie #1, Evil Ernie Revenge #1. But I do think maybe I may finish that arc. I think it's probably 4 or 5 issues. I do think I might finish it because it was actually pretty interesting. So I probably may finish that and talk about that down the road a little bit. But I ended up going to Purgatory #1, the Dynamite run, which I enjoyed a lot. And I only put #1 up here, but I actually read 1 through 5 because I just kept reading it because I enjoyed it. One issue kept leading kind of into the other, and I just kept thinking, okay, I just kind of want to keep reading it. So I read the entire first run. It was actually pretty good. Purgatory, for those that don't know, she was a very clever, at least for the Dynamite rendition, she was a very clever Egyptian slave that outsmarted her masters when they were buried. And then she's outsmarted the devil and got these powers, and the devil outsmarted her, and then she outsmarted the devil. It's just back and forth, back and forth. She's just she's a vampire demon who's just kind of always one step ahead of the devil and everyone else who's trying to get the best of her. So I don't know if
it's a little less dense in the Dynamite universe for in terms of her stories.
It's not it's not rocket science reading it. It's really not. It's a pretty easy read. I don't know if every arc is like this, but at least the first arc, 1 through 5, kind of reminded me of again, she's a vampire demon, but it almost kind of reminded me of a vampire demon Laura Croft kind of character. But I don't know if every arc is like that or if it's just the first one. But anyway, that's kind of what I read this week. That is what I read this week.
I have something this week. I had picked up the first couple issues, but I had backed the Kickstarter for Zorro Man of the Dead because I wasn't going to miss out on Adam Hughes' Lady Rawhide covers. But I ended up getting the hardcore trade or the hardcover trade with it, and I just was like, I'm going to go back to this, and it is a great story. It's Sean Murphy. I love Sean Murphy's art. He's fantastic. I like his writing. I like his art. Story's good. This came with a nice signed book plate as well. I'm becoming a big fan of signed book plates in hardcover books, getting art books and stuff like that, where they do a little book plate and sign it with a little picture in there and have it in there. It's kind of nice. Great story though. Go ahead.
Not to show my ignorance again. Well, I do, but what's a book plate?
Oh, I mean, normally it's like a little insert in the book. It's like a little signed little card that a lot of times we'll
use it like a bookmark or something.
And normally it's just kind of, sometimes they'll sign it and you just kind of have a signed little print that goes into the book. Which normally just kind of keep in there. But I like I said, I love Sean Gordon Murphy. You basically get Zorro in modern day, somebody taking up the mantle of Zorro and fighting the cartels. If you like the Batman Murphy verse, stuff like that, Sean Gordon Murphy crafts a great story, easy read but fun reads, great characters, great art. It's good stuff. I would definitely highly recommend it. It's through Massive Publishing, so pick up some of those old issues out there because you can get this in floppies. So that's what I thumbed through this week. Styx, did you read anything this week?
Nope, too busy this week. No reading this week. I thought the Doctor Who was coming out this week, but it doesn't come out for. I guess they moved it, so it comes out in a couple of weeks.
You know what's crazy? That you get the algorithm right when you talk about something, and it pops up on your Instagram. Wasn't this guy? He was talking about Return of the Living Dead was his movie that Zombie Tramp. So apparently a brand new Return of the Living Dead sequel among late for 2026 release. So they talk about Return of the Living Dead. It comes up it's amazing.
They're tracking you.
They're tracking me.
It's not amazing at all. They're listening.
They are listening.
They are listening.
That's the AI overload for you, Jedi.
You're gonna have Cylons rubbing themselves off on your computer.
Yep. I do have a Tubi recommendation for this week.
I like it now that you put motion in there.
It's fun, isn't it? Isn't it fun?
It's fun, yeah.
That goes a long way.
So my recommendation this week, I didn't give you a movie. I gave you a TV series instead that's available on Tubi. I highly recommend The Outsiders. Outsiders is a fun series. It is a good series. If you're running out of things to watch, you can hop on Tubi. It's basically about.
I watched that when it was on. Yeah. Oh no, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
I forget what shit channel it was on when it was on.
Nothing. TNT maybe.
I'm trying to remember too, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it was on. It was on WGN. It was on WGN, but I forget where they ended up because I don't have WGN. I forget where I saw it when it first came out. But it's good series about a very isolated group of people in Appalachia, and
that's good.
Their interactions with the city folk around them.
I remember watching it. I watched it till the end. Did they wrap it? Did they wrap it up?
I forget whether it got canceled or it kind of wore on. The first season was fantastic, and I really enjoyed that. The second season was pretty decent too. I can't remember whether it ended up getting canceled and they didn't wrap it up or they wrapped it up enough that it was like, okay. But it was a fun series to watch anyway, just to kill some time that you don't have to heavily invest into. It was pretty good. Yeah, decent actors in there.
It's funny. So I had this random thought, and it can't be. I don't think it can't be an original thought because very few people ever actually have an original thought. But I was thinking that there should be a law, like a federal law or something, some sort of law. We should make it global. There should be a global law that once if a TV series or a streaming series gets canceled before it gets like its final series finale, like they tie it up, like if it gets canceled before they wrap it all up, then they should just remove the entire series from all the platforms so that people don't start it and then get like, what the fuck?
See, that's my problem.
That should be a law, man. That should be a law.
The problem is there's that horrible balance where and we know Star Wars is fucking guilty of this shit all the time with their TV crap, is every season is basically a trailer for the next season or next spin-off show. So they never wrap anything up in a nice, neat bow so that if it does get canceled or you don't get any more, you at least have some sense of satisfaction.
Yeah.
So everyone's writing for the next to try to get the next season. And I hate when they do that because when these shows get canceled, you kind of get left a little blue in the balls.
At least we're getting Alien Earth season 2, 2027. Yep. So it's coming back. So
yeah, we're getting Welcome to Derry.
Yep. Right. Part 2 on that.
I love The Strain. I thought The Strain was good. It got a little crazy after a while.
The Strain was good. God, there were like 5 seasons of that, right?
You know what sucks about The Strain? The first one I seen about the plane. The plane was sitting there in the tarmac for so damn long, and that's the only episode I watched. I never really watched the show. I was trying to watch the show, and I just never did. You know, I never read the comic either. But
it was pretty creepy. It was quite creepy.
It did run kind of long. I think it was probably at least 5 seasons. So they probably after about 5 seasons, you should probably think about wrapping it up. Yeah, you should probably think about wrapping it up. But I'm watching. Oh, by the way, before I get into that, and I forget my train of thought. So I did watch. I watched the final. I guess it is the final season of Stranger Things, right? I did watch it. Yeah. And Dom ruined it for me last week. He just totally ruined it when he said.
I don't care. But what the fact is,
I'm kidding, Dom. I'm joking.
Why in the middle of the Earth is coming to an end? The freaking world's coming to an end. I'm out of the closet. Come on, really?
There are a lot of things. Well, that didn't bother me near as much as the redhead. I don't know their names other than Will. I think he's the only name I remember. The redheaded girl and that little girl, when they're in the upside down or whatever, and they're about to escape, they're going to sit there and like chat for like 10 freaking minutes. I'm like, run!
I was yelling at the TV during.
I was like, what the hell? And even I think they did an interview with the girl, and she said she didn't realize how long it was, how long the dialogue was. Whatever her name is, whatever it starts with Z.
Cosmic. That didn't bother me either. It's just that for no reason they do that. Like it made no sense. We all knew. Why do you have to put it out there? Anyway.
They said during the interview, she said she did not realize during the filming how long it was until she watched it and after the final cut, and then her too. She was like, Jesus Christ.
Well, you see,
you guys.
I don't know.
They're still stuck in the world.
Well, yeah, there's going to be a lot of freaking.
They're stuck in the world. The graduation. They're sitting there. No word from the sign. Listen, the doorknob was the opposite side. The hairdos were the same hairdos as the guy was the main villain. So it kind of was weird. The ending was weird that they were stuck. They're still stuck in the outside world.
I think they did that on purpose. Yeah, I think they did it on purpose. But let me get back to Will coming out of the closet. I think that going back to that, I think that anybody that watched the entire season 1 through 5, especially if you go back to like season 4, you kind of knew Will was gay.
You didn't kind of know.
You didn't kind of know, yeah. You knew Will was gay.
Listen, you also knew he came out of the closet in real life, so you also knew it. It's okay.
Well, okay, I don't follow him in real life, so I didn't know that. But I'm just saying, you knew that he was. You knew that he was gay, so there was no shocker. You knew that his friends were going to rally behind him, which they should. Which is that's what friends should do.
I would have preferred that scene be a more intimate scene with a few of the close friends, not like everybody and random.
Not everybody that's there. Yeah. Well, what's hilarious and probably a lot of people maybe a lot of people thought was maybe a little, but it is the internet. So what the fuck are you gonna do? The memes and the memes that came out about that were hilarious. I'm sorry. They were hilarious.
Did you see the one? If he came out of the closet with a black family? That was the funniest thing. And they were
funny.
That was a funny.
And if you can't laugh at it, I'm sorry, but they were funny, and it's the internet. So what are you going to do? It's the internet.
You know what?
So I'm sorry.
This is the thing. I understand we live in 2026. You know the way things are. You know, you have TV show, but come on. You don't have to do that in a TV show just because you want to. It's just really.
I mean, truthfully, I didn't really give a shit about that in and of itself. The whole season.
I'm not going to tell them.
Didn't do much for me. I liked the first couple seasons, and then I kind of grew tired of it after a while.
Yeah,
and
I was.
I'm not going to tell them how to make their show. I'm not going to tell them how to make their show.
Look,
I'm just
I know. Look, okay, aside, I know that the '80s was crazy and that, but in the middle of a thing happening, the world coming to an end, I don't like girls. Does that make any sense? It doesn't matter if you like girls, guys, anything. The world's coming to an end. You know what? Just live.
No, I think you're missing the fact that he needed to come to grips with that himself, and come to grips with the fear that his friends would not accept that because Evil Dude, whatever the fuck his name is, was using that fear against him. So he needed to eliminate that fear. That's what that was about.
I know, but it really, it wasn't necessary, but I guess it was. I don't know.
Mama Bear said it too. Thank you, Mama.
I want to know what happened to the kid with the fucking face. I want to know what happened to his girlfriend, who was just basically written out of the series.
But anyway, so beyond that, what have I watched? I'm watching. Anybody watch Nero the Assassin? Anybody watch that? No. That's how desperate I am right now. Have you watched that?
I actually have watched it. It's not bad.
It doesn't suck. It's not great.
It's not great, but it's not bad either.
Yeah, it doesn't suck. It's good for like, hey, got nothing else to watch, so we'll watch Nero the Assassin.
I was 100% fine with that.
I
watched. Did you watch the?
I'm not finished with it, by the way. I still got 2 episodes left. I watched tonight, but
it's decent. It's decent. I enjoyed it.
Decent.
The Copenhagen test. I watched that whole series.
I haven't watched that yet. Yeah. And by the way, with Nero, I'm not usually a big fan of dubbing, but you really can't. The dubbing is pretty good. Either that or it's not dubbing. I don't know. It is dubbed.
I watched it with subtitles.
Oh, okay.
But I don't mind it. It's easier for me. I can't watch dubbing. It's too much for me. It fucks with my head too much. I'd rather just read.
That's what they should use AI for. Styx.
They do in some cases.
Yeah.
The Copenhagen test was another one where it's like it's watchable. It's not mind blowing, but it's like, okay, this held my attention enough to watch it. But there's not much. What are we getting? There's something coming this week. I can't remember what the hell it is. Something coming on the 8th of January. Or I guess it already came this week.
Well, the new Will Trent started.
Oh my God! Talk about a fucking awful show. I love the first season.
I haven't started it yet.
I love the first season of that show. The second season was absolutely fucking stupid and awful.
I don't even know what season they're on. They're on 3. What season are they on?
Yeah. I love the first season. I was like, I like this.
Me and the wife watch it, so
it's a me and the wife show as well.
Yeah,
we both loved the first season. I was like, oh, this is fun. It's cute, whatever. The second season was just dumb as shit.
Shit.
I couldn't get through it.
So I know we're coming up on 3 hours, so we're probably going to be wrapping this up. But last show, we were so getting caught up on everything, we didn't really talk about Christmas gifts. And I got a little bit of a funny story about Christmas gifts. So my wife, every year, it's become like a tradition now over the past like 5 years. I know I'm going to get an Aloha shirt or a Hawaiian shirt for my wife for Christmas, just every year. So this year, I open up my gift. I know it's an Aloha shirt, and I open it and I'm looking at it. I'm holding it up. I'm like, oh, and I'm looking at it. She goes, "You like it? It's a Star Wars shirt." And I'm like, no, it's not. And I'm looking at it really close, and she goes, "Yeah, the guy at the store told me it was a Star Wars shirt." Now my wife doesn't. She knows Star Wars, but she doesn't know Star Wars. I look at it close, and I'm like, babe, I said, this is a Gundam shirt. Yeah.
Your wife got scammed.
I don't know anything about Gundam, but I know I think it says like something Gundam on it or whatever. She goes, no, I asked the guy at the store of Star Wars, and he said, yeah, this is like Star Wars. He said it's like Star Wars. He didn't say it was Star Wars. So she goes, oh, she's like, oh, you don't like it? I said, no, it's cool. I said, and it's got a good story with it now. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Yeah. So yeah, I have a Gundam Hawaiian shirt now.
Good. When you go out to a convention, you wear it.
I'm gonna wear it this Sunday when I go to. We have a convention this. It's all this weekend. I'm going on Sunday. We have PopCon this weekend. Soza Micah's going to be there. My God,
Nice.
we have to have a name at one of our conventions. And Will Chin, is that his name? Will Chin's going to be there too. He does this one.
Nice.
But Soza Micah's going to be
Get
there.
some Soza signatures.
Yeah, the first con I'm going to is Awesome Con in Washington. So that's the first con of the year I'm going to.
Oh, you're going to that
she
one?
tried, Mama.
I'll probably be going to that too, Don.
It's a nice shirt. I like it.
Yeah.
Is it Doctor Who people there?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
There you go.
I'll see you there.
Nice.
I'll steal your couch.
I don't know if you have a couch. My wife booked the hotel already, so I got the hotel. It's the Marriott that we stayed in when we went there for Christmas.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thanks for hanging out with us for 2 hours, 47 minutes, and 3 seconds tonight. We appreciate it. Thanks to Bill McKay for being so generous with his time. It was a fun interview. We're pretty good. We've gone 3 for 3. The three guests that we've had on the show so far, we've gone 3 for 3. I think they've all been pretty decent interviews. So
I agree.
Spears was good. James Aqualine was good. Bill McKay was fantastic. It's fun. We'll try to dig up some more guests when we can. Try to find some more people. We're banking on Jedi to get us Marissa Pope.
I don't know. After that IQ joke I made, I don't know.
You want booby guys to make boobies and stuff like that. I try to get some guys on here. You don't want G.I. Joe guys and stuff like that.
Marissa can draw some boobies.
Hey, from India. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us for as long as you did. Hope you had fun. We'll be back with something next week. I can guarantee you there'll be that's not a comic sale of the week next week, and it'll be something different.
Toilet paper.
Because we have Will. So thank you all. Boys, got any wonderful any departing words? Oh, I guess we should say, hey, sum up the Rennavision. I always forget about these things at the end because we have such a good time. We don't think about promotions and getting view. We just like hanging out with you guys and talking some fun stuff.
I don't know. Nice, I gotta see.
Sub up over at Rennavision. Sub up over at Kingdom of Nerds, where Bruce is putting on 8 million shows with all kinds of fun comic content. On Sunday, I'll probably be over there for the other comic show on Sunday.
Well, he should be doing a lot of shows because the fact is that he don't work, so he freaking goddamn has all the time in the world.
There you go. I'd love to get Sun K on. That would be awesome. Sum up the Styx Boy, where he's doing the best Doctor Who rewatch shows you can imagine on Tuesdays.
Yep, we'll be back this Tuesday.
Week? There we go. Yep, we'll be back this Tuesday.
This Tuesday is the Mama Bear special. So
nice.
We go. Some up over at Absolute Geek Podcast, where you can see Matt and Dom and Styx do their wrestling show on Thursday still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had a good show this week. Came back after 2 weeks of being on hiatus for the holidays. And we just had a ranting discussion on things with wrestling. So if you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, go back and watch it. So you get the views on that. And we got the Royal Rumble coming up the end of the month, man. So there's a lot happening in the world of wrestling.
Nice. Excellent. As always, on Fridays, you can catch a CBSI Hot 10 at 10 o'clock. I'm not sure when Pete's dropping it nowadays, but he had been dropping it now at 10 o'clock. So that's where I guess the time to look for it. Overlaps with us a little bit, but pick your poison. You can always come back to us, watch him for a little bit, come back over, watch us. Doesn't matter. We're on every Friday at 9:30 p.m. regardless. Is there an SNS tomorrow?
Yes, there is.
Nice.
Yes. Is it at 9 or 8 o'clock?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So I have to update this with either another question mark or change the 9 to an 8 for SNS because it'll be Saturdays at 8 o'clock. So tomorrow you can catch all the craziness of SNS. On Sundays for all your Star Wars needs. You can watch Tales from the Dark Side with Dom and JJ, and is Wookiee Fanatic still on there? Who you got lined up on there nowadays, Dom?
What for the Star Wars?
Yeah.
Star Wars. This year we got some stuff coming out. So, you got the Grogu and Mando movie coming out. So we have some things going on with there. We got the Maul series, Shadow Lord coming out, and a couple of other things that are happening. And Kathleen Kennedy might be stepping down, after 10 years.
Right,
but I totally doubt that.
Way too much information.
Yeah, I know.
So to answer the question, it's Wayseeker, Wookiee, Marco, Dom,
JJ,
and JJ.
Yeah.
Thank you, Matt.
There you go. Yeah.
Watch it. It's a great show. Always have a lot of fun over there. It's a good time.
Especially when Sam does the music verses, the lyrics, which is great.
Sam's world is intriguing to me. Between the weird dodgeball interactions, the singing, the 3,000 children, it's fun. Sam's a fun guy. I love it.
Cosmic, definitely. Yes, it's her time now. She should be in an animated show, live action, something. Not that.
So, and as always on Wednesdays, you can watch TAC with Marco and Dub and Bruce and whoever else they're throwing in that slot at that point. I don't know. Bruce has been pulled in there, and he's been rolling hard through those Wednesdays. Yep. So definitely check out the TAC. They always got some good stuff on there. So until next week, everybody, I hope you had a fun time. Have a nice, comfortable, healthy, safe weekend and week, and we will see you back again next Friday.
The Qualified. The Qualified. The Qualified.